And hello once again, everyone. It's your friend, streamer, occasional lover, Sabaton Liam here, once again for another D&D Thursday. How the fudge are we going, my friends? I hope you are going very well. And Kitty, stop giving me the 1,000-yard stare.
It's just funny that you look at me when you say that because you know I hate it.
And here we have Papa lurking, of course. He is playing with us as well. We have Camp Survivor, who's probably not here, but he dropped a like. Thank you very much. And we have Taz, Ahoy, and Remy, who normally plays with us, but unfortunately can't today. A big, fat ahoy to you, my good friend. We will make sure Marlo dies a horrible death. Anyway, back to this. Let's get in with everyone. Hello, my friends!
Oh, good, he's back. Lovely.
Hello, the world of Streamland.
Yay!
I should probably open.
Welcome everyone in stream.
At the moment, it's just Remy.
And me, I'm lurking, you bitch.
Oh, you were here, Remy.
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
I did say we're gonna make sure he dies horribly.
No, that's for tomorrow's game.
No!
What? I ain't going down. I'm going home with some gators.
God damn, Scaly Pete.
That's for tomorrow's game where I'm finally gonna kill Tom after failing to do so last week.
No, don't kill Tom Selleck. His
Okay.
career done that.
Well, the whole thing is here, so let's begin.
Remy said it better be gory.
It will be gory.
Oh dear God.
Well, last time you met the friendly frost giant Harshnag.
Oh yeah, we did too.
He offered to carry you in his backpack on his way to the Temple of the Allfather as the Bartleby was unfortunately broken. Had a quick detour in Silvery Moon, which was on the way, where you robbed, or more, we'll say liberated, some magic items from the Margaster family.
Yeah, we did.
No comment.
Payment up front.
Everyone was stealthy, including the heavily clad dwarf, which I still don't understand.
Yes.
Yeah, the guys just here. Do you hear anything? No.
Doom.
You are still in Silvery Moon. It is the next day, and you are enjoying some well-deserved drinks in the down market, but really much more upmarket than any tavern you've ever been in establishment.
That's with the really weird ass trippy elf one, isn't it?
Hello,
Yes, it is.
hallucinogens.
I didn't realize Silvery Moon was basically just medieval Amsterdam.
Oh.
I brought my Viking helm. Fit in.
Excellent.
You've returned from the magic item heist, and on the success of a heist gone off without a hitch, you are seated in one of the booths, enjoying the nice
Oh my god, who is
upholstery.
popping?
Yeah. Not naming names, but whoever it is, you have exactly 2 seconds to stop forever.
Like I said, I told you I brought my Viking helm.
Give me a second. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I should have got my own.
You are enjoying a well-deserved drink.
What does
What is everyone doing?
what does my
Drinking.
Sorry, Kitty?
what does my headband of intellect add again?
Brings your intelligence to 19.
Okay.
Oh damn!
Thanks.
You're
Yeah,
s-
which means you get plus 4 to your intelligence modifier.
You're a smart kitty. Me and Vector are playing a nice knife hand game again.
What's with kids and 5-finger fillet?
You are drawing a couple more glances than yesterday. But once again, the regular patrons of the tavern appear to be a bit perhaps spaced out from their wine to pay much attention to what you're doing.
Oh my god, I just realized I have the bar fight feat.
Yes, you do.
Oh, come on.
We're not bar fighting.
Oh,
now.
Vector!
Not in this place. Bro, if we get back to Tri-Boy, you can trash that one, but not here.
Just the same, as you play 5-finger fillet, a middle-aged looking half-elf looks over, and he takes a sip of his wine and he says, "Whoa, ho, ho, gotta be pretty hard when you got 24 fingers."
Okay, a little bit more deep, and that would have been a half-elf Fat Albert.
He's stonked out of his
Hey,
goddamn
hey, hey.
And wait, 24 fingers?
Yeah, because he's drinking the elven wine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude's out of his gourd.
Can I steal from him?
Well, he's drunk enough, you can.
No, we're
You
not
could
stealing.
probably steal from multiple people here, but the
Why? No.
bartender is actually sober.
I was gonna say, this is like the actually only half decent place we've been in since our been
Well,
started.
Kitty is
Please
that
don't get
stealthy.
kicked out.
Kitty is that stealthy. She could get away with it.
Sure, Kitty, do a stealth check, please.
And here we go.
Come, friend, why don't you
That's
sit
14.
down and join us for a game?
Okay. So 24.
Yeah, that's good. You're able to get up and sneak amongst the patrons without drawing attention to yourself. Now make a sleight of hand check, please.
For God's sake.
Alright, roll that again. That was on its side.
Was it?
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, damn!
Where's my sleight of hand? 17 plus 7.
24.
24.
For
God's sake.
Okay, you lift a couple of coin purses while the patrons are off in the Fey wilds, and you get 26 gold pieces.
How much?
46.
46. You then decide to perhaps head off into the cellar behind the counter to see what you may find in there.
Steal a bottle of the wine.
If you get arrested, I'm not having anything to do with this.
It's okay, I've got
Look
enough for Mel.
around and you make sure the coast is clear, and then you carefully climb over the counter, and while the bartender is tending to a couple of iron goblets and has his back turned to you, you sneak into the door leading into the cellar. We shall see what you find in here shortly. Back at the booth, Bartleby is busy scrawling new plans for another, presumably blood-powered arcane contraption.
You mean he's not at
he's-
university?
Nope.
God.
He's going to be joining us shortly. He is red in the face and his pupils are dilated, and he furiously mutters to himself as he sketches these plans beside you.
Just casually
Dan-
watching going, yeah, just...
Dan Cooper, what are you doing here in, what are you enjoying in the tavern in your time off today?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to get my little loot out, and I think I might try and deceive a few people into giving me a bit more than a few gold and just play a few songs just to sort of persuade them and bullshit my way into their hearts.
Yep.
That's
So
all
you
the
grab your loot while everyone has a drink and you walk out into the middle of the tavern floor. And what do you play?
Ooh, I think I might play some, well, not Camptown Lady, that's a bit rude. You know what? I'm going to play American Idiot.
Don't want to be an elvish idiot.
Okay. Make a perform check, please, Dan Cooper.
Actually, no. You know what? I decided to get in on this and wild shape into
Yeah.
just different animals and just dance along in various animal
Belong to
forms.
Oh, God.
Okay, he could do a perform check with advantage in that case.
I was gonna say, yeah, just watches everyone else in the room. It's like, what the hell?
All right.
These
God,
dudes be
oh my God.
crazy.
Is everyone else seeing this?
Oh,
The spider's
my
dancing.
fingers,
That
my
serves
fingers.
as a good,
Oh, no, go again,
Advantage?
Go again, Dan.
Okay.
with advantage.
Add your
What?
plus
Yeah, go again.
advantage, so you go again. I can roll for you if it's hard to type on the phone.
I think, yeah, can you please roll for me? The bot hates me.
We'll
It
do
doesn't
that.
hate you, it just loathes your existence.
That's a pass. You strum your lute and you think and you sing, "Wanna be an American idiot," and then Nargle Wild shifts into an eagle and begins to swoop down.
All of this is a very good distraction.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
You draw a couple of transfixed looks from the crowd. They're probably not hearing Green Day. They're too far off in the Feywild. They're probably hearing something completely different. But a couple of them do get up and drop pieces in your loot case.
Why, thank you.
One of them looks at you and he raises his hand and he says, and then goes back to his table and continues
yes.
sipping his drink.
Vector, can you
Really
translate?
enjoying this thing.
Let's just say, sweet.
Ah, yes.
Overall, at the end of your performance, there is a bit of a lighter mood in the tavern, and a couple of the patrons are looking a bit more relaxed.
Lovely.
Angus, I'd like you to make a perception check, please.
Oh. 13.
As you mull over your drink, you watch the proceedings going on, and you notice two strange men entering the tavern. They look normal at first, but there are two things that are odd about them. They are not elven, which is a rarity in this city, and underneath their ordinary-looking traveler's garb, you see what appears to be armor of black leather.
Oh.
Obviously, they want to be pickpocketed.
Wait, no, you're going to the cellar.
I'm still downstairs, but when I
You're
come
still
back...
in the cellar. And you notice that as they enter, they quickly scan the tavern, and then they gaze over at the booth where you and Bartleby and Milo are seated, and their eyes narrow, and they begin to slowly walk towards your booth.
Oh, good.
Hmm.
Can I use this opportunity to try to sneak around them and like to flank them?
Sure, make a stealth check, please.
You know what? And I'm gonna stay in my well, I guess current eagle form, and until stuff happens, and I'll just like surprise
You
them.
can perch in the rafters.
Yeah, I'll perch in the rafters, so yeah, they don't see me until like if shit does hit the fan, a massive
Or shit hits their heads.
a massive dragon ball
25.
just comes down.
25. Okay, Vector, you
You're going to
carefully
shit
get
on
up
them,
from
that's
your
what.
table, and you fly, and you quickly make your way through the tavern floor, and you just take up a position, not quite flanking them, but away from the main booth, so that you are able to
Squawking.
you sort of perch
Yes.
near the front entrance and just keep an eye on them and see what they do. Meanwhile, in the cellar, Kitty, I'd like you to make an investigate check, please.
I just gotta check what my investigation is. Just a sec. Where am I? Okay. Oh.
I was gonna say, so the only moment, the only ones in the booth would be
I got 6.
myself, Milo, and
6.
Bottle.
Yeah.
Everyone else is kind of.
That's correct. Everyone else is...
Wait, do I add my intelligence to the investigation?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
you do.
So
I
it's...
do have to ask. Please tell me that, apart from Kitty wearing her headband, please tell me that not everyone is wearing the shit we just stole.
I am.
Oh, good. That's
So,
probably what
with
these
the-
guys are here about.
Hold on, wait, Kitty.
With the headband, does it add to my base intelligence or my modifier?
Adds
Yes.
to both. So your base intelligence goes to 19 and your modifier goes to 4.
Yeah, +4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 10. Wait,
10.
no, I got more than that. That was wrong.
Okay, what did you roll?
I don't
It was
know
5.
now. Was it 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it was
That's
10.
plus-
Never mind, I got 10.
So Kitty, while you're in the cellar, you look around and most of the... You don't see much of note, but then you search in a well-hidden cabinet and you see a bottle of the expensive Feywild wine. Pocket this.
I will write that down.
Yeah, I think that's a yes.
Oh, was that a question?
Steal
Yeah,
it.
yeah, he said, "Will you pocket it?"
Oh, yeah.
We're never gonna be allowed
Pocket
back
it.
down ever again.
Oh no, we're not.
They'll never know it was me.
Okay, Angus, you watch as the two men, one of them just perches near the front entrance and watches your booth, while the other one begins to make his way across the tavern floor. See him look at you, and then he reaches into his cloak and pulls out nasty-looking short sword, and he brandishes it, and then he shouts, "A message from the Zentarim!"
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be them.
Fuck's sake.
Roll for initiative, please.
Alright,
18 fuckers, let's do this.
uh,
You have interrupted me in the middle of a goddamn another drink. This is the 50 millionth time and I am hurting people for this.
I was gonna say before initiative, because I'm still in the rafters,
Poop on
Hey,
this?
can you just drop
no,
down?
not poop on them. Good lord.
No, drop on. I said drop on there.
Go back in a dragon form and just dragonborn form and like
And leap down.
yeah, well behind them anyway, and kind of like scare the
Well, you
crap out of
still
them.
Elbow drop from the top rope.
Are still gonna need to roll initiative, so
Vector, you and I are gonna have to roll again because I got 18 as well.
I got another 18. Without adding anything, just natural 18 on the die.
Magic.
Mm.
Oh,
I
yeah,
rolled a
you got
6.
+4.
I rolled a 16 that time.
I got
Okay.
12 plus 3, so 15.
Kitty got 15.
right. Very
Uh,
well.
Hold on. Let's see.
What'd you get again?
No.
That's weird.
8.
I will
8.
keep track. Okay, so
Do you want to write it in
Vector,
chat?
18, Angus, 17, Kitty, 15, Nargul. And I'll roll for Dan Cooper.
Why,
Milo.
thank you.
That's going to be a 15 for Dan Cooper.
To take down these two wonderful men.
So that's
Can we at least take this outside?
I get to use my bar fight.
Wait,
Yeah,
yes, you do.
did you say 15 for Dan Cooper?
Plus his
Plus
dex
his-
modifier,
Oh,
so
okay,
he
I
is
was gonna-
slightly higher than you.
I was just asking in case we had to roll.
Oh yeah, that's right. You add modifiers, don't you?
You already
yes,
had
you do.
yours.
No, I add my
I
initiative.
think it's a +3 on mine, I'm not too sure.
Wait, what else do you add to it?
What else do I add to my thing?
It's just initiative.
Your dex modifier.
Oh, my dex modifier as well. So okay.
Wait, you add your dex
Oh,
modifier?
+4.
Just your dex.
Yeah,
Whatever your initiative.
unless you have the alert feed.
So I add my
Wait.
initiative and my dex mod.
No, you're.
No. Just your initiative is your dex mod.
Oh, okay, all good then. Oh, good, I got it right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, so Kitty's is 15 plus 4, so that's 19. So that means Kitty's gonna go first.
Oh, nice.
No, that was with my modifier. It
Oh, that was
15.
okay. So it's 15 with. Okay, so that means Milo goes above Kitty. All right, I will roll for the enemies.
Dun, dun,
can
dun,
you
dun.
pass me
Enemy
the
is my
please?
friend.
Yes.
I just need to have
That's-
another look at how bar fight works.
Liam,
That's
There you go.
say
Noggle,
19.
What?
Bugger.
when are you gonna put me on your fucking layout already?
Oh,
Well,
yeah, I have to add you. I have to redo the whole thing because there's only room for 5 people on it, and we've far
Oh.
Yeah,
gone beyond that.
Dale makes the layout.
Ooh, Dell makes the layout.
Yes, so I'm gonna have to edit it and add Kitty to it.
What page is feats again?
I'll be at. I'll feats. They're at the back of the book somewhere.
It's like 2/3 of the way back.
Oh,
Yeah, because I just need to have another look at bar fight.
Show me
It's
the
like
first
before
one.
armor and
No, you're
weapons.
first, so it's all good.
wait.
Brawl.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought Dan was first.
Seven.
No, Kitty's first is shit.
Tavern brawler. Got it.
Look in the index at the back of the book.
No,
It'll tell
I
you
got
where.
it. I got it here.
Oh, what page?
170.
Thank you.
Oh my
Like the
god.
enemies go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
You must be after the enemy.
I'm also in the cellar.
Oh,
They
yeah.
see me by
Wait.
chance.
That's still.
Wait, is Kitty still in the cellar?
Yes, she is. In fact, I'm going to bring the map up, and she's in the cellar.
What are you doing in the cellar?
Trying to steal things.
Best she can.
Right, here we are. Here is the tavern. Vector is standing by the back wall here. The enemies have not quite noticed that he is there.
Yeah, he's just gonna take a nice big old stab at me instead, the prick.
Oh, I
Right.
forgot to increase my constitution.
Don't worry, I'm a rogue. I got this.
Yeah, if I
First
get up,
of
I'm
all-
not gonna be delicate about this.
Clang, clang, clang.
The first
Definitely.
man steps forward and walks right up to Angus.
Oh, someone wants to get frisky, eh?
And he attempts to assassinate you with his short
Motherfucker.
sword. Meaning he gets 2 attacks with advantage.
Oh.
Sorry, I wasn't there. I would have seen it coming.
Technically, I did see it coming.
And he hits you both times.
Piece of shit.
You take... let's see. Take
I know exactly
points
what I'm
of...
going to do.
How many?
You know the term hit a motherfucker with another
I
motherfucker.
popped it. You take...
Okay.
you take 8 points of piercing damage, plus
Okay. Oh, goodness.
take. Oh. So you take 25 points of poison damage.
Oh my god!
I would like you
Ow.
to make a Constitution save, please.
Aren't you resistant to poison?
I am indeed.
So you can make your save with advantage.
Well, wouldn't that mean I don't take half the poison damage?
Yes, you do. If you're resistant, you take half the poison damage.
That's-
Bartleby is here.
Oh, excellent.
Yay!
wonderful
Bartleby,
timing.
I'll wait till the end of
Bartleby,
combat.
the party was celebrating after the heist, and various assassins have entered the tavern and attacked you, and you have been caught in the middle of drafting some new wine-fueled plans for your Feywild portal.
Wonderful.
Right. Yes. So,
Okay, so I
Angus,
roll-
you take 13 points of poison damage, and you may roll your Constitution save.
Yep, that's gonna be a 17.
17. That's a pass. The second man notices Dan Cooper in the middle of the tavern floor, and
That bastard.
he walks up, smiles at you slyly, and pulls out his short sword.
Attack of opportunity from him, isn't it?
No.
And he hits you 1 time.
Ouch.
Take 6 points of piercing damage and
God damn!
31 points of poison damage.
Oh my god!
Ah, this bitch got me. Fuck,
Now
I
you
should have
must
seen
make-
him.
Yes, but now you must make a Constitution save.
Bloody hell.
DM, may you please roll for me?
Yes, I will roll for
No,
you.
these guys are not messing around. Public place,
They're-
lots of people just.
They're here to assassinate you. And that is a fail on your Constitution save, meaning you are
God, this
poisoned.
the fucking bot. Every time.
you hear the shattering of glass, and a third assassin
Oh,
leaps
that's so sick.
through the window behind the counter. He immediately walks up behind the bartender
Oh,
and grabs her, holding his knife to her throat.
Do it. Dare you?
All right. Is Kitty's turn. It is Vector's turn.
It's a Vector's turn?
I
Kitty's
thought.
turn. Vector's turn.
Yay,
She's
Vector.
15.
Oh, yeah, Vector, then you. Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't be able to make it over to the bartender.
No,
would I?
don't do
Don't worry
it.
about that. I've got that covered.
We've already got
You
a plan
can
for
make
it.
it. Yeah. You can make it over there. You can make it
Vector,
over there,
don't worry
but
about it. Me and Kitty have a plan.
likely
Okay.
Okay.
Kitty's
You guys have a
gonna be
plan.
able to sneak up.
Oh yeah, Kitty can sneak up and take care of him. Okay then.
Okay, then, let's see. Nargle's closest to, Dan, so I'm gonna go rescue
It's the other one.
Angus.
And
I mean,
Milo
rescue's-
and Bartleby.
Rescue's kind of stretching it, but yeah, by all means.
Shut rah! And you leap over one of the tables and engage the foe. Roll
Do
to
I have
hit,
a-
please.
Do I roll with advantage?
Yes, because you came out of stealth.
Oh no, this poor.
Not only that, he's surrounded.
Yes, and you may sneak attack him.
I was gonna say, this guy's all of a sudden just going, I may have picked the wrong person.
Roll
get-
to hit. You may sneak attack him.
Ooh,
Just saying.
yay.
If I get out of this booth and he's not dead, I'm really annoyed.
Sorry.
That sounded good.
Oh, that was really good.
How good's good?
That was a nat 20.
Oh, damn!
Right.
Oh
Roll
no!
Roll for damage, add your sneak attack bonus, and
This
double
poor
it.
bastard's about to get a polearm through the fucking desk.
Oh, I get to roll. Not only that, I'm using my lance. That's
Yes.
an extra 2d6.
Yeah.
Yes.
The stealthiest of stealthy
Yes, you're
weapons.
using your vicious lance. You may kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically get out of the damn booth and just go, well, fuck me.
Oh, yes, I love you, d6.
Oh no.
Plus 61 points of damage.
Oh my god!
61 points of
Ouch.
damage. You leap over one of the tables, brandish your lance, and then sneak up behind him and just plunge it right into his back.
Oof.
Grunts in pain and is impaled on the edge of your lance, but he manages to pull himself off and miraculously is still alive.
Holy shit!
Can I fuck him up
Fuck.
again?
One
Yeah, you get a
Darren
second
Coward's
attack.
not dead. Oh yeah, and he's not done.
Roll to hit, please.
One more thing. Sorry.
I've got one more thing to add to that.
23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. Roll for damage.
Guy's sitting there with a
15 points of damage.
Oh, yes. Okay, you jab your lance at him. He falls to the ground. Then he slowly climbs to his feet, bloodied and bruised, clutching his arm in pain. He looks like he's on death's door.
This guy's
Dan Cooper,
Wait.
Cooper, it is
Wait,
your
isn't
turn.
it Kitty's turn?
He lived?
Lived with 1 HP.
Oh,
The guy took like
Damn it!
I thought Kitty was after
Damage.
Vector.
No,
Fuck it,
because
I'm
Kitty's
done. No,
Kitty's
leave.
15.
Oh.
Dan Cooper is 18. And
Oh,
then
okay.
Angus is 17. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
Dan-
my turn.
And then it will be your turn after Dan Cooper.
So all things being equal, there is the one guy right next to me with only 1 HP.
No, that
No,
guy's
no,
got
that's
full
the
What?
guy on the other side of the room,
Yeah,
and you
he's-
can
he's
finish him
mine.
off.
I was gonna say he's mine. You leave him.
You could, but
Oh, wait, so-
wouldn't
wait,
the
wait,
enemy
I've got a
get
guy
an
right
attack
next to
of
me, don't I?
opportunity if
Yeah.
Dan's
Got a
moving
guy
around?
right
Yeah.
next to you.
Can I do a longbow to the face?
No, just kill the guy. in
Attack the
You're
person in
in-
front of you.
You're in melee, so it'll be at disadvantage to use
Oh
your
god
longbow.
damn it, that would have been
Just kill the
hilarious.
guy.
However, you can disengage, move away, and maybe cut, and then fire your longbow.
Oh. You know what? It might just be for all shits and giggles. I might just attack him with my vicious rapier.
Right, go
Oh.
ahead. I will roll for you.
Still getting used to this thing.
I'll roll for you. I'll roll for you here with my physical dice.
Oh, thank you. Fuck the dice gods.
And that is a nat 20.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And
thanks a lot.
so-
He does exist.
So double it, extra 2d6.
Yep. So that's I'll roll your damage up for you. So that's
Thank you very much.
1d. So that's 1d8 That's 14 points of damage plus 2d6. That's 19 points of damage as you whip out your rapier and lash out at him, slicing away his traveler's garb and cutting through the black leather armor underneath. Okay, Angus, you're up.
All right.
And wait, at the end of Dan Cooper's turn, I forgot.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Takes
yeah, shit.
1 point of poison damage.
How much?
1.
1.
There
1.
you go. My
Beautiful.
turn, yes?
Angus, your turn. Yes.
Well then, there's a guy in front of me with 1 HP, and he interrupted my drink and beat the shit out of me. So this seems all fair. I'm gonna go punch him in the face.
Go ahead. Roll to
Actually,
hit, please.
no wait. I was gonna say, can I basically just hit him over the head with the glass or whatever I was drinking at the time?
Improvised weapon.
Improvised weapon. Roll the d20. Add your strength modifier.
All right.
M2, you've got Tavern
that's
Brawl.
a 21.
21. That's a hit. I don't need to roll for damage. You only got 1 HP.
Yeah, basically I just sit there, look at the guy, finish whatever in my glass, sigh, and then just smash it over his head.
Looks at you, his face aghast as if this was definitely not the way he expected to go down, and then he silently falls to the floor.
Just kind of
Okay.
pick myself up out of the... Yeah, finally get myself up and out of the booth and go, alright, let's finish the rest off.
Bartleby, you're up.
Wait,
No,
wait,
it's me.
No, it's Kitty's.
Bartleby,
so how many-
then Kitty. Bartleby, then Milo, then Kitty. I know she got 15, but everyone seems to have gotten super high in this initiative, so... Yeah. Bartleby's
That's the
turn.
lowest.
All right. So the guys with the goatees, they're the bad guys.
We got one who's currently holding the bartender hostage,
Probably
and one
should do
who's
something about
fighting
that,
Dan
right?
Cooper.
Leave the one.
Alright.
Leave the one who's holding the bartender hostage for Kitty.
Okay, cool. Leave the that one. Okay, sure. Just give me half a second. I'm gonna look up my. Because I've got new spells now.
Save Dan.
Spell.
Well, since the
Yeah,
other one's
well-
dead, I'm gonna save my hidden motherfucker with another motherfucker for later.
I was gonna say, our poor guy did not have a good start.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
I'm still more impressed
All
with
right, I'm going to cast Phantasmal Killer on Is there which one's the one that looks the least hurt?
That
Least
one
hurt would be the one. Would be the one with the bartender.
Okay. I'll get the one in front of Dan Cooper then. So I need him to make me a wisdom saving throw.
You play such a good wizard.
What's the DC?
The DC is what the fuck is that on my sheet? 17.
17. He fails.
Okay, so he currently so while I'm maintaining concentration, which I am, he's frightened for the duration.
Yep.
And at the end of each of his turns, he must succeed on a wisdom throw or take 4d10 psychic damage.
Oh, okay. So
damn.
he's frightened. You look up from your completed blueprints, and you just
Pissed.
groggily recite an incantation, kind of half slurred, and cast it, and then you go back to scrawling your blueprints. The assassin, his eyes go wide with fear. He looks at you and then runs away. Dan Cooper, it's an attack of opportunity from you. I will roll
Take
for
it.
you.
Physical dice only.
And while he's in
No,
my
it's
line,
like
while he's
it's
in my line of sight, he has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and he can't really move closer to me.
so that's a hit from Dan Cooper. I will roll your damage.
Thanks, mate.
It's only 1 point of damage, sadly. But it's okay. It's better than nothing. You just lash him with the tip of your rapier as he runs
No,
away.
His hair with him.
You poke him in the ass.
Is Dex bonus and damage?
Oh yeah, dex bonus. Yeah, so 3 points of damage.
Oh, I cut his head
And
both sides.
he continues running across the tavern, running right under the rafter where Nargle is perched. Nargle, you may turn back into Dragonborn shape and attack of opportunity him.
Come to Noggle!
Oh my god, he's going from the top rope!
That's a 17.
17, that's a hit.
By
Damage.
God!
By God almighty, that man had a family!
2d8. That's 5.
For the love of God, don't do this!
3. 8 plus 2. That's 10.
10 points of damage, not bad at all. Leap down from the rafter, pin him to the ground.
Oh wait, I
and
forgot. Sorry, I forgot to add in my strength modifier as well.
Oh,
Yep.
come on, man.
My God! He's not gonna be the same after that one, JR.
The Lord is my witness, he is broken in half.
That's 14.
14? Yep, 14 points of damage. You swoop down from the rafter, wild shaping back into your proper form. You pin him to the ground and slash at him with your axe. He manages to get out before you deal the killing blow, but you still slash away some of his armor, cutting into the flesh underneath. Okay, Kitty, you're up.
Alright, I want to sneak attack the guy that's got the bartender.
I'd like you to make a stealth check, please.
Okay. 16?
That'll do it. You slowly come out of the cellar, sneak up behind the assassin, and
Sneaks.
roll to hit, please.
Roll to hit.
Yep, roll a hit. Surprise, come
Surprise,
back.
motherfucker.
12.
Plus
12 plus. What do I add?
Your
Dex,
your
isn't it?
dex modifier.
Okay, so 16.
That'll hit. Roll for damage, please, and add your sneak attack bonus.
Surprise!
What am I rolling for damage?
D8 your rapier. Add your dexterity bonus as well. Plus,
And your plus
Okay, can
One person
Can
talk at a
just
time.
one person talk because I can't
Yep.
hear.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry. Alright, so you're rolling 1d8 for your short sword. Add your dex modifier. Add your plus 2.
Oh, that's not a
because it's
D8.
plus 2 weapon.
Hold on one
then
sec, one
add
sec.
your sneak
Yeah,
attack
that's
damage.
Ooh, nice.
Okay,
eight.
so I got 8 with the 1d8. And then what do I add?
Then you add your dex modifier and the plus 2, so that's another 6, so that's 14 damage.
Yep.
Now you add your sneak attack damage.
Which
is
is
1d6.
3d6.
4d6.
4d6. 4d6, yes.
4d6.
4d6. Alright, I'm gonna do that in chat.
Do it, Yep.
Oh, well, there's
That's an
3d6 here. You can just roll them twice.
This is easier.
Okay.
There's an angry folk.
That's an angry tiefling right there.
Oh, yeah, so that's 28 points of damage there.
Well done.
You grab him and you go to slit his throat, but he pushes away the bartender and is just in the wrong angle, so you're not able to kill him by slitting his throat, but you do deal some nasty damage.
And you
The
save the last
bartender looks at you, relief in her eyes, and then she climbs over the bar and cowers on the other side of the tavern.
I reckon
Okay.
she'll give me some stuff.
Yes, but now it's Milo's turn. He simply leans out. He whistles and calls Ramstein, who just wanders in from outside the tavern and goes, nah. He climbs onto Ramstein and points at the assassin who is cowering on the other side of the tavern and shouts, charge!
Yarr!
Charges for the assassin. Then he rolls his attack.
Also, Dale, on the assassin that ran away's turn, did you make another wisdom saving throw?
He hasn't had his turn yet, but he will.
And then your turn, yeah?
Yeah, after
And
Milo's.
Yeah.
he hits. He deals.
Run the fuck over. Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Rolls.
In a Scottish accent. Move, bitch! Get out the way!
15
Get out
points
the way.
of damage with his whip lashing the guy with his whip while Ramstein butts with his horns. And now it is the enemy's turn.
Ah, we're back up again.
No, it's
Well,
not.
it's my turn.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Nargle's
you're
turn.
right.
Yep, sorry.
Oh,
I
sorry,
forgot
sorry.
you. Yep.
Jesus
Right,
Christ.
Nargle, you're up.
Well, since my original plan failed, and it was going to be an awesome plan.
Which was your awesome plan?
Okay, everyone's familiar with the term "hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker."
So basically, grab one guy and hit him with someone else.
Yep.
I like, but it's not working now.
No. All right.
We are a tad shy on motherfuckers right now. Please,
So first off, I'm just gonna like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna rage. I'm gonna rage. My plan fell through, and I'm angry about it.
Mhm.
And I'll use my movement action to charge the one that's in the corner.
All right. Okay. They roll your 2 attacks, please.
That's him in the corner. That's
That's him in the spotlight, losing
Yeah,
his
yeah.
head. That's 17.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
That's him in the spotlight.
Where's my
Getting
D8
decapitated.
2,
Severing
6
his head
plus
from
2,
his neck.
8 plus 2. That's 10. That's 16 on first attack.
That's 16 damage. Yep. Make your second attack.
That is 16. No, wait, no, 17.
It's a hit. Roll for damage.
That's 6, 4, 8 plus 10. That's 16 again. And third attack because I'm raging and. Okay, let's go. Big money, big money, big money.
You don't get a third attack.
you don't get a
because
No,
it's
no,
a move
no.
action.
Yeah, but I also leveled up. I have the extra attack as well.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah, that's right.
My
Yep.
God, more attacks.
More attacks.
Yay!
That is a 22.
That's gonna hit. Roll for damage.
Ugh,
Him again.
God damn it. It's 3. No, 4, 6. That's 12.
12. Good hit. He's barely on his feet, but he's still not dead. Now it's the enemy's turn.
Sweet
The
Jesus.
assassin behind the bar uses his first action to slash at Reaver with his short sword.
I dodge.
Dodge.
Dodge!
Yeah, I've got the dodge.
And
dodge.
He
dodge.
hits you.
Wait, I believe she's gonna attempt to dodge.
But your armor class is your attempt to dodge, and he still beat.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Armor class.
what's uncanny dodge? For
Oh,
half
that
damage.
uncanny
That's
dodge
okay. Yes, there you
is
go.
for traps.
Oh, for traps.
Okay, what
Yes.
about the cunning action dash?
That's
What?
you can dash as a bonus action.
Oh,
Anyway, he only deals 3 points of damage to you,
okay.
but then he's got his poison damage.
So Constitution save.
33 points of damage. You take them 34 altogether. You
Oh!
must now make a
Good lord.
Constitution save.
Seriously, we need to keep these.
What do I do for a constitution save?
D20.
D20?
Yep, D20. Add your Constitution modifier.
I was gonna say, can we keep these poison swords? Because seriously, that hurts.
Can I like pick up dual wielding?
I've a suspicion that this is
Oh,
an
I think
applied
eight's a fail.
poison rather than an innate property of the swords themselves.
Yeah, no, they've got normal swords with very, very strong poison on them.
Alright, so Kitty got an
8.
8.
Unfortunately, you feel ill as the poison begins to take hold inside of you. Then uses his second action to pull out his crossbow
Oh.
and fire a bolt at Angus standing over by the booth.
Pass off, your friend's dead. You're next.
62.
And he hits.
Bugger.
Okay, Angus. First of all, you take 7 points of damage, and then resistance to poison. So you take 16 points of poison damage. Make a Constitution save, please.
That's an 18.
It's gonna pass. The other assassin, he looks up at Milo and Nargle with fear in his eyes, and then he slashes once in Nargle's direction.
Come on.
Disadvantage.
Under 20, under 20, under 20.
Did he roll for the wisdom save or no?
No, that happens
At the end of his turn.
Okay.
And
end of
he
turn.
gets a nat 1. dropping his sword on the floor in a fit of terror. Then grabs his crossbow and fires it at Milo. Advantage. And he fires widely, despite the fact that he's basically firing at point blank range. He still misses by a country mile. He now makes a wisdom save. He fails. And how much damage does he take, Bartleby?
40-10. Which I'll roll for him. Just give me a second.
Yeah, here's hoping it does a lot, because I'm actually down to like half health at the moment. Hurts.
Roll 4d10. That's 15 points of damage from the illusion that's bothering him.
He shrieks in pain and clutches his head as if he's experiencing head-rending pain, but he is still somehow alive. Okay, Dan Cooper, you're up. Might be able to finish him off.
I thought I was before Dan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vector's
Vector. Vector, then Dan. Vector,
Yeah.
you're up.
Yeah. So in that case, Vector's probably still wanting to get a kill after I kind of borrowed the last one.
That's okay. It's okay. You deserve that one.
Yeah, thank you.
He ruined your drink.
He did, and then I ruined his life.
Spill my drink, I'll spill your life.
I was gonna say, don't piss off a dwarf when he's drinking.
All right.
Vector, who you gonna go for?
Oh.
Nearest one, so I guess the one at Miss
Yep.
Kitty.
She looks like she's gonna need some help. You sprint forward and you vault over the counter and you engage him.
Use the lance as a vault.
Yeah, just pole vault over.
Pole vault over with the lance.
Now, do I get advantage?
Advantage
since
because he's
it's,
flanked. Yep.
Here I come to save the day.
And that would be unnatural, by the way, but 20.
It's a hit. Roll for damage.
20 still a 20. Don't knock it.
Never poo-poo a 20.
Uh, 22 points of damage.
Oh, good
damn.
hit.
God.
Pole vault over the counter and then plunge your lance into his flesh. Rip it out, leaving a gaping hole. Make your next attack.
Still advantage or no?
Still advantage. He's still flanked.
We have to start calling you the hole puncher because it's just punch, hole.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot.
23 points of damage.
It's a
Or
hit.
23 to hit, sorry.
Roll for damage, please.
I like when you say "oh shoot," it's still like 23.
Well, no, I picked up the wrong dice at first.
Uh,
That's why I said, oh, shoot.
okay.
$18 points of damage.
Ooh, yes, you plunge your lance back into the hole and then rip it out again, taking some flesh with you.
I
Make
think you
your
forgot
turn.
something.
There was something
You
on
put-
my face.
Yep, and
You
you don't
put-
get a third. Don't get a third
Oh.
attack because you're not raging. All right. Dan Cooper, your turn.
Before we go forward, I just gotta say it's like the hokey pokey of lances.
Lance out, you stick the lance back in, and you twist it all
You
around.
kick it all around. All right, what's Dan? Oh, he's not here. Okay.
That's it. We're officially calling the lance the hokey pokey.
Yep.
Dan Cooper pulls out his longbow and he fires at the terrified assassin. You can roll Dan. Dan Cooper's back. What would you
Yeah.
like to do with your turn, M1?
Oh, okay. Shit, sorry, my internet cut out.
That's okay. Yep, your turn again. We've got one assassin cowering in the corner, flanked by Milo and Nargle, and we got another one behind the bar, flanked by Kitty and Vector. Both of them appear to be equally near death.
Here's the problem. If I do a longbow to anyone, knowing my shit rolls, I'm gonna impale someone.
Seize
That's why
the
you don't
day.
roll.
Oh shit!
Seize
alright,
the
I'm
day.
Seize the day.
bartender.
Just go.
I'm going to longbow them. Well, not the
All right.
bartender, but just to the side of the
All right.
bartender.
Right, make your 1d20 roll.
Let
on
me
your
type it in.
phone, so I will do it.
Alrighty, let's do this.
It's a 17, because I rolled that.
Oh, you're awesome, because I rolled a fucking 10.
That would have, you still would have passed anyway. Okay, now you roll for damage for your longbow +1. That is 1d8 +1.
Yeah, +1.
Plus you have the braces of archery, so I think you get bonus on that.
Ooh.
Oh, there's an 8.
Yep. Just check.
Bang!
Yes, and you also get +2 from the braces of archery, so it's 10 damage. You fire your arrow, zing, and it hits him right between the eyes, and he drops to the floor.
Next.
Fire was off.
Okay, Angus, you're up.
Okay, so how many we got left? We got just the one guy left?
Yep.
And I even get to him before we...
Can get to him, and by the way, at the end of Dan Cooper's turn, you take 5 points of poison damage.
Oh,
Those bloody swords.
Yeah. I was
can't
gonna
wait
say,
for restoration on this.
at some point I should also probably do something about the
Yeah.
people who are poisoned. But I could probably
Angus.
just do that after combat.
You're up.
Well, I already got one. I might as well see if I can get a second one. I'll go over and put the Warhammer to use.
Right, go ahead. Roll to hit with advantage. He's
with
well and
advantage?
truly flanked.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's a 19.
That's gonna hit. Roll for damage.
Alright.
Sneeze on him, he'll die.
Well, I would, but I rolled a 13. I got 13 in... Oh, wait, sorry. Plus strength. That'll be... 15? 15. 15 sounds good.
You
Let's see.
run over and you raise your hammer and you shout, "Never interrupt my drink, you bloody bastard!" And then you bring it down, caving in his head to a bloody pulp.
Boom!
Very
Two
nice.
breaks.
That is the end of combat.
Yay.
Okay. Everyone.
I go check on
line
the-
up for heals. Who needs poison healing?
Me.
Yeah,
I go
Kitty
check
and-
up on the
Poison
I go check on the barkeep.
Plan.
You head over to the barkeep. She's shaking and looks shaking and wide-eyed, terrified, but she seems to be unharmed.
I offer her a drink.
A barmaid and be like, another drink, please.
Okay,
She looks up at you and glares daggers.
oh,
I just get back to drawing my blueprint.
you got me
Go
with
back.
the booth. Everyone else has been fighting. You sat in the booth the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use
I
protection.
contributed.
From poison. I was gonna say I'll use protection from poison twice to heal both Kitty
Yep,
and
to heal Dan Cooper and Reaver.
Reaver.
Right.
Some people, I swear.
Pretty much.
You offer them a drink to calm the nerves, and they stare at you like you're...
You look around and you notice, despite the commotion, the majority of the patrons in the tavern seem
They
to have
probably
not
just-
noticed anything is amiss. This
Oh yeah. These other
Baywold
people.
wine, staring at the walls, their pupils dilated. The bartender eventually gets to her feet, and Vector escorts her back behind the counter, pats her on the back, and then promptly orders another drink. Bartleby.
Oh, such a gentleman.
I want to talk to her.
Yep, you go up and talk to her.
No,
She looks
I
at you.
ordered
and
2 drinks.
Oh my god.
2 drinks. She,
Yep,
she
Angus
looks
needs
at
one.
you.
Wait. Kitty wants to do stuff.
I was gonna say, Kitty goes up to her, and she looks at you, and she sighs, and she says, "I bet you want a drink too, lass."
No, I'm right. I want to make sure that she's okay. I'll give her a nice hug.
Give her a hug.
Make sure she's all good. Wait for her to thank me.
Do a straight charisma check, please.
I was gonna say, let's check these people
was
and
that?
see what.
13.
So 13 plus charisma.
14.
Give her a hug and you comfort her. After a few minutes, she seems to have calmed down slightly and quickly gets to work, busying herself making Vector and Bartleby's drinks. After she's finished pouring the drinks, before she carries them out, she reaches under the counter and pulls out not a too expensive bottle of wine, but still not cheap, and hands it to you.
Sweet. Thanks.
Angus, you check the bodies. The black leather doesn't appear to be magical. It's just standard Zentarum armor. Same with the swords, though the poison was particularly potent. There are some traces left, and while you probably won't be able to use it, you might be able to find out what type of poison it is and perhaps concoct it for yourself later.
If only we knew someone had a poison kit, huh?
Yes. So you scrape a couple of traces of the poison off into a small bottle to give to Kitty. On one of the assassins, you also find a small shred of parchment, stamped with the Zentarum seal.
Does it have anything else on it?
You unfurl it. It has the names of everyone in the party. Some of them very badly spelled, along with a brief description of them. And down the bottom, it simply says, "Make them pay for disrupting our alliance with the Giants."
Do they know that I'm in the party yet?
No. Your name has not been added to the list.
Excellent.
Ooh, did they describe my
Now that
exquisite
there's
chest muscle?
no witnesses.
What's my brief description?
No witnesses were left, so they still don't
These
know.
are the descriptions. First of all, it has Angus Hammerfall, who is listed as uptight dwarf.
Oh, fuck off!
Look for rod hanging out of asshole.
Yeah, go back to stomping one of them as
Next person on the list is Vector Stronghold. They've simply written the word hairy next to it.
That's not.
Next person on the list is Nargle Hammerfall. The description lists big black lizard.
I was gonna say, Liam just joins in, Nuggle just joins me in stomping the one of the corpses.
I'm not a fucking lizard!
The next name on the list is Dan Flupius Cooper. It lists very handsome, good with loot, kill anyway.
God damn!
At least you got a compliment.
Next on the list is Bartleby Snavillier, who is summarized as prissy-looking dwarf.
Bartleby, I have an important...
I get down off the booth. I just sort of like trundle over to like where they're stomping on the bottom, and then I join in.
Yeah, everybody's just stomping these bodies.
And then the final name on the list is Milo O.T. Tea Leaf, which is summarized as halfling who roots sheep. At this, Milo rides over on Ramstein, spits on the corpse, and then Ramstein begins to kick him.
That corpse is literally getting kicked into the afterlife. Just people just stomping on this corpse.
Alright, do we need anything else on this letter?
No.
Alright, I have an important mission for Bartleby. I want you to burn it.
Any chance to use fire?
Yeah. That's why I'm giving it to him, but also I don't want them to see them.
Yeah, because Kitty's you're the only one they don't know about.
Yeah.
Cool. So wait, I'm going to burn the corpses, do you?
No, the piece of
I want you
paper.
to burn the letter.
Oh, the letter. Oh, that's fine.
Produce
And
flame.
I scrunch it into a ball, throw it up in the air, and then I ping it with firebolt.
And everyone else in the buzz, ooh.
Yeah, all the people, some of the patrons look, and one of them goes, "Oh, the
Pretty
sun has come
lights.
closer to the earth."
Alright.
My God, the sky is falling.
I walk in for a second. What the hell did I miss?
Bart will be burning the letter.
I turn to
And-
him and I go, "You think that's cool? Watch this." I click my fingers and use a 4th level spell called Illusionary Terrain,
Oh,
and I'm gonna make the bar look like a tropical jungle.
Oh.
They
Okay.
look around and
God
they
damn
look
it.
around wide-eyed and they go, "Ah, the hag's house is on the beach."
Oh my god.
Fucking wizard.
I want to check out these corpses.
I want to
Angus
stomp
has
this.
already done so. There doesn't appear to be anything
I was
of
gonna
note
say,
about
obviously,
them.
What about the weapons?
Oh, I got
their
some of the
weapons are
poison
normal.
arrows.
Oh, that's right, you did too.
Weapons are ordinary swords, but Kitty has obtained a small sample of the poison. With some time researching it, may be able to replicate.
Actually,
the poison
I got a
for
question
her own
about
use.
that. If we would add that poison with the spider venom glands I have, would that be a stronger poison?
We'd have to experiment.
Perhaps I'd have to look into it.
I was gonna say I deposit about say 10 gold pieces to the bum and go. Sorry about the mess and the
Death.
She simply sighs and begins pouring another drink. Your drinks arrive, and you continue your post-heist reveling, and then you retire to bed for a long rest.
Well,
I have a
before
question.
we rest, because I've been waiting sessions and sessions to do this, I want to see what poisons I can make with my poisonous kit,
Yes.
That's
I
good,
would
yeah.
like you.
which
I
is
would
full.
like you to make an intelligence roll, please. I'd like you to make an intelligence roll. So roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier, and add your proficiency bonus because you are proficient in the poisoner's kit.
Alright,
have a
So
question.
that's
She's just doing that now.
Just a sec. Oh, wrong thing.
so intelligence and
So-
proficiency.
Yeah, my intelligence is +4, so 18.
I have a question as
18,
well.
yes.
Spectre,
21.
21.
21.
If we go ahead,
Yep,
go ahead.
Spectre.
Well, I was gonna say, if we stomp him hard enough, can we make it to where there's foot imprints on his?
Oh wait, no,
Grandchildren.
22. Wait,
Okay, so where
Oh no, that's a saving throws.
No, yeah.
Never mind.
after the bodies are removed later that night, there are bloody footprints on the floorboards underneath.
Good.
You retire to your
Oh,
rooms.
no, what
for the
about
night.
Kitty's poison
Yeah,
thing?
I just want to.
I know, I'm about to get to that. You
Alright.
retire to your rooms for the night, and before you go to sleep, Kitty, you tinker with your poisoner's kit a bit. You have succeeded the check, and here are the two things you could do.
Ooh.
You can make a lesser poison, which you have the ingredients for right now, or
Letter
you
poison.
can
lesser.
break down the poison that the assassins were using so that you know what's in it, and will be able to replicate it in the future.
I'll do the second one because I can.
That was
So
Okay,
now you can
yeah,
use my
that's
poison.
That was some
Break the poison down, and you determine that it's a particularly strong poison, valued by assassins' top secret recipe, but you've managed to work out how to make a reasonable facsimile of it, and in fact, with on hand, you managed to make one dose. You may apply this dose during one combat, and if you hit somebody with this poison applied to your weapon, you will deal 8d6 points of poison damage.
Damn.
Was that 1d6?
8.
Oh, 8d6. Oh, damn.
And you get one
Yeah, I was
dose of
gonna
it.
say, that's with some secret herbs and spices.
Okay. Also, I've still got this aboleth gland.
Yep.
I
you-
think. Sorry.
That's something you'll be able to make a magic item out of.
Ooh.
Unless
Okay.
you'd like to grind it up, unless you'd like to use it for a one-time use.
No, I'd like to stick it on my sword.
Yeah, that's something that'll have to come at a future point then.
Okay.
I'll leave it
'cause
for
that's going to
magic item.
require magic to do that.
Yeah, can't I
Okay,
make
everybody
my
takes
sword of magic
everybody
sword?
takes a long rest.
You were the one that suggested that in the first place.
Yeah, but you'll need to do that in downtime. So,
Yes.
everyone has a long rest, and then the next morning, as you leave, you notice the tavern has been nicely cleaned up, and you walk down the main street to the gates of Silvery Moon, and you bid this town farewell as you step outside and walk into the hills where Harshnag the Giant is waiting for you.
Hey, friend!
I brought
As
him
you
some booze.
Booze, yes, you did actually. As you approach him, he
Don't give the
turns
giant
the
booze.
last page of his erotica novel.
right.
and
Oh, that's
closes it
right.
shut. And he looks up at you and he says, "Ah, just in time."
I offer him a
Says-
drink.
Don't give the giant the hallucinogenic booze.
They don't have it. I have it.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, please, yeah, we
He
need to
just
hold
gives
on
him
to
a normal.
They don't
You
even
hand
know I
him-
have it. So
Hand him a bottle of reasonable
Okay.
wine and he takes it and it's like a thimble to him. But he seems to appreciate the gesture and so he puts it in his mouth and you hear a crank us. And then a swallow and he says, "Thanks for the gift, small one." He says, "So, how went your business at Silvery Moon?"
Lucrative.
Put me back in the
Says-
bag. I need to work on me tank.
He says, "Very well. On to the spine of the world we go." He lowers his hand so that those who wish to ride aboard his shoulder can climb up.
Shoulder ride!
yeah, I'm
That's
on
sweet.
that shoulder.
As he puts me on his shoulder, I climb up his ear onto the top of his head. I sit
Just
cross
perking his
in his
hair.
hair and I use Major Image to produce an illusionary fishing line with a picture with like on the end of it is like an illusionary giantess with like scantily clad.
Is there anything that you
Huh?
can do with giant hair?
No, it's just normal
I mean,
hair.
Okay.
You could
Just very.
turn it
You
into a
can
vet.
get a lot of hair.
Yeah,
Harshnag,
nice clothes.
Harshnag laughs as he sees the much smaller than normally proportioned giantess, and he says, "Ha ha! I like it, little gnome. Keep
Onward!
me amused for the journey. Let us be on our way."
I'm like,
Rest
oh, and
of-
watch this. I start manipulating it so she does a little dance.
You hear him
Seeing as
chuckle
nothing
once
is
more. He
happening,
says,
I'm gonna
"This
go
is
get
going to be an interesting
Can you get
few
me the
days."
raspberry lemonade V, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rest of you who are in the bag feel a loud jolt. Feel a violent jolt as you're jostled around the bag. You take 3 points of damage as he places the bag over his shoulder and begins to walk, making
Yes, this whole experience is just, man, once again having another bar session interrupted has just prompted me to get back to work on the tank ASAP. I got shit to
you
do.
begin to make your way towards the spine of the world. Now, you do have to, at some point, visit the city of Everlund to get your boon from the Harpers, but Harshnag's not interested in going there, so off to the spine of the world it is. Any other side quests will have to wait until you have your own transportation again.
Yeah, can I roll Smith tools to see if I can get back to
Go
work
ahead,
on
do
that?
a Smith Tools roll,
I was
please.
gonna say, call a repair
Does
plus
anything?
instruction skill.
No,
Still doing stupid giants?
Plus
Dale was just
proficiency.
saying, we're going to the spine of the world. All side quests are being ignored at the moment.
Yeah, because you have no
that's it.
form of transportation.
Yeah,
that's
no means of
22.
transportation because of the tank's destroyed.
Yeah, you make a bit more progress. You manage to reattach all the wheels and fix some of the internal mechanisms. Now the only thing that needs to be done is to get a new drill forged.
How's the bar looking at least?
Bars, you're making progress. All of the stools are made. You've hammered all of the sheet metal into a form where you can start to put it together. All you'll require now is a nice dwarven strength forge
Wait,
to make the final repairs.
This is the metal that he's making out of. Is this my scrap metal?
Yes.
You bastard!
Making a bar out of it. And using it to repair the tank.
You son of a bitch!
It's just your regular metal.
Look,
Okay.
So I'll
you want
get
the
rid
tank
of
fixed or not?
I'll get rid of my 33 pieces of scrap metal then.
They're not all used up yet.
I said, to be fair,
you
you've
can-
had that thing for like about 10 sessions, and we do need to fix the tank.
But it was my scrap metal.
So far, 20
Family
of
scrap
it's
metal.
been used. You have
13
13 of it left.
I was gonna
At
say,
some
family
point,
scrap-
I've snuck off to the tank and I've painted it pink.
Oh, shit!
He's yeah. While you're fixing it, you come to the other side of the tank and notice that someone's made
Reaver was
progress
here.
on painting half of it pink.
And a little chibi picture of you go.
Yeah,
And
look.
a picture of a scantily clad gnome.
No, it's
No.
what one of those like what you see in animes, the little chibi pictures of them going.
I don't.
Okay.
I think Bartleby starts off as chibi though.
Couple of days pass, and eventually, with Harshnag's help, you reach the spine of the world. Its frigid temperatures and high mountain peaks apparently being the site of your next objective, the Temple of the All-Father.
Yay! Oh, that's a big sword right there.
I was gonna
The
say,
Eye of the All-Father is hidden under the icy peaks of the spine of the world, and is reached by way of a mountain pass starting in the Valley of Kedron. After a full day of traversing the desolate valley, Harshnag finds the pass and begins to make his way up into the mountains. Pass eventually narrows into a giant width causeway, a natural stone bridge, making its way across a ravine over 500 feet deep. 40-foot wide, naturally formed stone causeway leads to the entrance of the Eye of the All-Father. Sheer cliffs plunge hundreds of feet on both sides of the causeway. The causeway is covered with a foot of snow, in which you can see fresh tracks leading towards the entrance in the mountainside. Would any of you like to stop and examine these tracks?
Yes.
Of course.
Very well. Harshnag stops when you alert him to the presence of the tracks and allows you to get down from his shoulder and out of his bag so that you may accompany him on foot. I would like Nargle, please, to make a survival check.
Oh, I have proficiency in survival. Fantastic. 15. What's my survival? That's 20. Not napped, just up to 20.
You determine that these tracks were made by a band of humans, approximately 8 members strong,
That's
and
lovely.
that they are no more than maybe an hour or two old.
Are we gonna go and have a look?
We should alert Mr. Gianty because he wouldn't be able to
He
see
wouldn't
the
be
human
able
tracks.
to see them, but
Okay.
I'm bringing up the map of the area.
Yeah, do that first, then we'll. Well, actually, first go. Oi, big fella, we found some tracks.
It says, and what manner of creature has come to this sacred place?
From what I've seen, it's just human.
He says, humans, it may be Uthgar's barbarians. This is their land as much as it is that of the giants, though this place would not be sacred to them. I fear something strange may be afoot.
If we're gonna go and have a look, I want to scout.
You can scout, but we'll do it. We're going to get across the causeway first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whenever-
bringing up the
Really loving
bring
the
up
music
map.
as well.
oh yeah, it's lovely for this sort of scenery.
Bringing up the map. Here is the dungeon map. Today's dungeon crawl.
Yay.
Causeway ends before a stone dome carved out of the sheer mountainside. 6 30-foot tall stone pillars support the dome. Each pillar is carved with a wraparound bas relief. North to south, the pillars depict the following scenes. A hill giant lifting a rock above its head. A frost giant chopping down a great pine. A cloud giant flying among the birds in the sky. A storm giant hurtling lightning bolts at a ship from the roiling waves of the sea. A stone giant climbing a mountain. And lastly, a fire giant with chained dwarf prisoners in an underground cabin.
I already wasn't a fan of these guys, but
At the back of the dome, a 40-foot wide, 40-foot high tunnel leads into the mountain. Wind has blown the snow far into the hallway. You can see the snow thin out and disappear about 100 feet in. The tracks of the humans continue east into the long tunnel. As you can see, here is the party icon in front of the 6 pillars and the long hallway. Human tracks leading into the hallway.
Ah, there's the tunnel. Okay, yep.
Anything you'd like to do before you enter?
Check for traps.
You can check for traps.
So would
If you wish.
Alright.
There probably wouldn't be traps here at the entrance, considering the human tracks led right in.
So where's the tunnel entrance?
The tunnel entrance is this.
Oh,
The
okay.
long hallway makes
Okay,
me
yep,
nervous,
yep,
not
yep.
gonna lie.
These 6 dots are the pillars at the dome.
Oh,
in-
okay, yep.
The long hallway just makes me nervous.
As always.
There's another
Well-
one up here too.
Oh, good.
Well, I think I will go first and look for traps because I've got danger sense.
Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna.
Okay.
I was gonna say
So do
boys
I.
up for detector.
Maybe send the
Well,
rogue.
Well, yeah, okay, me and Reva go first.
Followed by Angus, I believe.
Yeah, I suppose I'll keep him behind.
Bart will be you remaining on Nargle's shoulder. Or are you going to stay
he's
on
muted.
Half-Nag's head? Muted, okay. We'll
We'll just
That
assume
in
he's
sec-
on my shoulder.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, just had to pop out for a brief sec. I'll be taking the mid guard, so sort of in the middle of the party.
Do something
Alright,
else.
so, yep. You're on Harshnag's head then. So you make your way into the hallway. Okay. First of all, I would like Kitty and Angus to make perception checks.
Oh, sorry.
It's gonna be. 21.
21. Kitty, what did you get?
15.
As you begin to enter the long hallway, 2 things happen. First of all, deep within the tunnel, you hear the sounds of human voices, though you can't make out what they're saying. Second of all, is at this point where Nargle, you notice, you have the sense that something is amiss, and you look up above, and you notice 2 gaps in the ceiling, suggesting the presence of 2 hanging blocks of stone.
Alright.
Perhaps.
Alright, guys, there seems to be traps here. Alright, Rogue. Do your thing. Not you, Vector. Not you.
Called it. Called it. I am a rogue.
So there's traps?
Well, it appears to
Yeah,
be.
Appears to be
maybe.
traps. Alright, I want to investigate for traps, I guess.
Roll an investigate check, please.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, because you've been alerted to their presence.
Always helps when you know.
So fucking so good.
So I got 15.
So you look at the gaps in the above, and you make out within them 2 very large blocks of stone. Each block appears to be about 40 feet tall, 40 feet wide, and 20 feet thick, held up by mechanisms that are buried in the mountainside. The walls being covered in frost render it impossible to climb up that high, so you have no way of dismantling the mechanism. Indeed, from here, you have no way of being able to tell how this trap is supposed to be activated.
Can I melt the frost?
Got an idea.
What have
You
you
could
got?
you could try.
Hold on, I got an idea first.
You could try because
I'd wild form into a spider and crawl up the gaps and
Can you do that?
yeah, I can.
The walls are completely covered in frost. A spider won't be able to climb.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Nope.
Well,
Well,
we could melt. Yeah.
You can melt the frost.
Wondering if I could use my hell thing.
Yeah, hellfire.
Yeah.
Hellfire.
Hellfire might be a bit too much. I could just do a produce flame.
Okay, do a produce flame then.
Yeah.
Try and melt the walls.
Right.
Yeah.
Produce flame and press your hand against the frost-covered wall. Immediately, ice begins to audibly crack and melt away. A large icicle begins to drop from the edge of the ceiling above. Nargle, I'd like you to make a dex save, please.
Oof.
Yeah. Dodge.
Wow. My dex. That's a 9.
Damn, dodge.
You attempt to leap out of the way, but the icicle hits you, dealing 3 points of cold damage to you. And
8 points of
the
cold
stone
damage.
floor, 3 points of cold damage, and then it
Oh,
shatters
3?
on the 3,
Oh.
and then it shatters on the stone floor with a loud crash.
Alright, I want to
Deeper.
go invisible.
All right, you cast invisibility. Deeper into the tunnel, the human voices stop. Stop as if alerted by the sound. Then you hear someone shout something inaudible. Then, on the other side of the thick stone wall, you hear the sound of scraping stone. And above you, the stone slabs begin to shudder.
I would like to
Like-
cast greater invisibility, please.
You would like to cast greater invisibility? Yes. Go ahead. I would also like everyone to make dex saves, please.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
15 for me.
25.
Ooh.
17 for me.
1!
Oh,
Oh, dear.
Okay. Right.
I hope
What
you
did
guys
Dan-
get healing today. 'cause
And
this
Dan
is
got a
broken.
14.
Oh, it was a
Okay.
saving, so...
No, that'd be
Six
16 for
plus
Dan.
Oh yeah, saving throw. That. Oh my
16.
god, I'm
Yeah,
using
saving
the wrong
throw.
thing.
Right,
I think actually it might be
Okay,
higher
I've
for
got
Dan.
no dex. So
Yeah, it is,
shit,
it
what
is.
did I roll?
So, Nargle, what was yours?
12.
12. Okay. As the 2 large stone slabs begin to fall from their receptacles, you run and leap out of the way. Everyone except for Nargle and Angus manage to get clear quickly. Nargle and Angus, as the second stone slab comes down, you are just too slow and you're pinned under it. You take
This is going to hurt.
119 bludgeoning
Oh my god!
I'm down.
Yep.
or in Nargle's case, 60. And you are pinned
Oh wow, I'm still alive.
underneath the stone pillar.
Well, I'm down. Help.
Alright.
Make a death save, please, Angus.
Do I add anything to that, or is it just a
No,
straight?
just normal death save.
Oh, either
I
way, I
can't
got
do
a 10.
anything while I'm invisible.
Does it look like it weighs less than 500 pounds? Which is about 50 kilos.
It probably weighs considerably more than that.
Okay. Alright, well,
So it's a
gotta
40
say-
foot by 40 foot, 20 feet thick stone slab.
yeah, that's probably more than 250 kilos.
Yeah.
Can I still
As
use...
you hear the crush of the slab pinning Angus and Nargle, you all turn around. Harshnag immediately shouts, "My little ones!" and rushes over. He places his hands on the stone slab and tries his hardest to lift it. Would anyone like to assist him?
Vector.
Gotcha.
I'm probably just going to get in the way, so I'll step back.
Assistance
I have a question.
required.
Hold on, Kitty got a question.
Yes, Kitty.
Am I able to use my healing kit while I'm invisible?
Oh,
Yes, you are.
Actually, no, I can help. I'd like to
23.
Yes, Bartleby.
I'd like to cast reduce object on the stone block.
Ah, yes. Very well. You cast Reduce Object, and the stone shrinks down to about half the size. It's still pretty fucking heavy, quite large, but this should allow Harshnag and Vector to be able to lift it. Vector, I'd like you to do an athletics check with advantage, please.
Ooh, I get advantage. That's even better.
Because Harshnag the Frost Giant is helping you.
This was not how I wanted the start of this dungeon to go.
I mean, goddamn.
That was all of my health and then some.
And you said athletics?
Yep, athletics.
Let me read, make sure I've got this right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the
26.
Yep. Two of you, with the help of Bartleby's spell, managed to lift up the stone slab and drag Nargle and Angus out from underneath. You then let it go, bringing it down back onto the floor with a crash. The two stone slabs are marked on the map. The exit to the dungeon is now blocked.
Okay, while I'm still invisible, I want to help Angus.
Yep. Okay, we'll just bring up the healing kit.
Cool, because I've never used it before, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Just be warned, Kitty. Interacting with a person or object will break your invisibility unless it's greater invisibility.
Dale said it didn't.
Yeah, it says...
Oh wait, no, I was, sorry, I had mistaken it. However, you can drop your healing kit on the floor, so someone can use it.
Yes.
Alright, I'll drop it.
Be really useful
Drop
if
it.
someone else was a healer. Oh wait, that was me.
You drop it and Bartleby takes it, and you use it to stabilize Angus. Angus, you are at 0 hit points and are now stabilized. Would somebody like to give him a potion?
I would like to give him a potion. Just a potion. I've only got potions of normal healing.
Alright, Angus, roll 2d4 plus 2 healing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a potion as well.
Oh boy.
I've only got one potion, so...
2d4 plus what? 2.
2d4 plus 2.
What about for me again?
What type of potion are you drinking?
Normal potion.
2d4
Yeah,
plus
2d4 plus 2.
Cool. So I'm ready to explore this dungeon with all of my 9 hit points.
7
Well,
plus 2,
As
9.
he regains consciousness, I'm like, here we go, big guy. Us little folk have to stick together.
Harshnag smiles and he says, "Oh, you're adorable."
I know, right?
I really need you to be at higher health.
He just lying on the floor, just going.
Alright, I've got a greater... Actually...
I got a red potion you can take.
Well, Angus can cast healing on himself.
Yeah, Angus can touch
Harshnag
himself.
reaches into his backpack and he brings out a giant bottle of healing potion.
Fuck.
He uncorks it.
Damn bottle, is he?
He uncorks it and pours a small amount of it into a thimble and says, "Drink deep, my friends." And then you each gain
80 hit points?
Each gain 20 hit points.
Hey,
29. Not perfect. but-
40.
Well, you can still cast healing on yourself.
I know, but... yeah.
Corks the
I've-
he corks the potion.
Oh, I have a potion of greater healing. Crap.
Oh, you've got
Yes,
a
you
potion
do.
of greater healing.
Yeah, I forgot about
I've
that.
still got one. I'm gonna drop my... Well, I'll drop my potion into Angus's lap.
I was gonna say, I've still got 2 regular potions. Oh, yeah.
Rune of
Yeah, I got 2
Protection,
regular
when did I grab
potions. I can always drink both of those.
Oh, okay, I've only got
alright.
one potion,
Dale.
so...
That's fine. You
Yep,
hold on
sorry.
to yours. I'll just drink both of mine.
Okay.
Alright, Dale,
Liam?
I forgot I had this. Rune of Protection, what's that do?
+1 to your armor class.
Yeah, does not help against falling rocks.
No.
Yeah, no. I'm just having a look at stuff because I don't remember getting the Rune of Protection because I know I added the armor for the champion's armor.
This is why you should write notes.
Your armor class should be 20 now.
Yep, okay, yeah, it's all good.
Okay, I'm
alright.
gonna drink both of my potions that I have on me. If they weren't crushed.
If anyone wants to drink a potion of greater healing, that's 4d4 plus 4, by the way.
Yeah, I should probably do do that. 4d4, 1,
Oh, just a thing.
2,
Okay.
5, 6, plus 4.
I would have said just do it in the chat.
No, it's too late now.
Well,
That's 10.
I'm at half health now, so that's a
6
plus.
Oh, okay.
I am now currently at 48 health.
I'm now at 50.
I may have to stay quietly towards the back.
Stay
Guys
healthy,
can have a
boys. We
short-
need you.
Guys can have a short rest once you find a suitable place.
Yeah,
Move
I've already used my
deeper
mobility
into the
spell,
tunnel.
so I can't
The
use
ceiling
the
in
lock.
this hall is 60 feet high, sloping down to 40 feet as it moves to the east. Although the ceiling remains level heading eastward, its distance from the floor decreases to 40 feet on the landing. In front on the landing at the end of the hallway, as there is a large staircase that makes its way up to a set of double doors. Overlooking the hall to the north and south are 20-foot high ledges that have no railings and battlements. Giants presumably once stood atop these ledges, ready to hurl rocks at interlopers that passed below. Angus, make a perception check, please.
That's gonna be 18.
18. Very well. We'll bring something up onto the map that you have seen.
Excellent. Usually just limping my ass through this bloody dungeon now.
Yeah, we haven't
You'll
started off
You'll be
great.
okay. You'll be okay. You notice above one of the ledges, see what appears to be a man clad in animal skins watching, peering from one of the adjoining rooms. He ducks away into cover as you pass. Human voices at the end of the hall still very clearly audible.
Alright,
Audible.
As you descend further down the hallway, the temperatures grow colder and colder. I would like you all to make a constitution save, please.
Do I need to?
yeah,
Everyone needs
everyone.
to.
Ooh, that's 19. Fantastic.
21.
21.
I'm bad against rocks here. You know what the hell kind of Pokemon I am? I'm bad against rock types, but good against ice.
16.
That'll be a 9.
16. Okay, Bartleby
10.
and Dan Cooper. The sheer cold is unbearable to you, and you are now suffering one level of exhaustion.
So, Kitty got a 10. Is that pass or fail?
When I start to feel the extreme cold,
And Kitty, yes, please.
Though
Fails
it
as well.
typically-
One
Yes,
level of
Bartleby.
exhaustion.
though it typically only works
I don't know how
against
it works. So.
damage, can I
Yes.
use absorb elements cold to mitigate the effect? Because it would be a somewhat similar thing.
Oh, I forgot I have Cure Wounds.
Yes, you can do that. Yes. Okay, so only Kitty and Dan Cooper are suffering the level to the tieflings who, with hellish blood, are not enjoying this cold very much.
Alright, how's, exhaustion work?
You do all your attack and skill checks at disadvantage.
Oh, okay. And also, is there enough time to use the spell? I forgot I have Cure Wounds.
You can use it. You're walking down a very long hallway.
Nice. Okay, how do I haven't got the...
Basically, you just use the first level spell slot and you roll 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
And that's your healing.
I might do one
Plus,
as well.
6. God damn. Oh, 6 is better than nothing.
I get another 13 back. Slowly.
you-
working my
And
way up.
also, I'd like to, if I can, wild form into a spider, climb up on the giant's shoulder, and then hop onto the battlements and just a sneaky scout around to where that barbarian was and see what he's up to.
Right. I would like you to make a dex acrobatics check, please.
Dex acrobatics.
Yes, with advantage because you're in your spider form.
Oh, nice. Okay, wait. Do I have acrobatics? No, I don't have acrobatics. That's just my normal
That'd be
dex
your
then.
dex then.
Yeah, just your normal dex with advantage because you are in the spider.
Okay, that's
form.
15.
With advantage?
You climb
Yeah,
up
I already
onto
rolled again.
Har. You morph into your spider shape, climb up onto Harshnag, and then leap onto one of the nearby battlements. I'll just add Nargle to the map and see where he is.
I look slightly better about my chances now. I'm back at like 3/4 of my health.
Yeah, me too.
Leap onto one of the nearby battlements, and you do a quick scout around, and you notice barbarian in one of the side rooms standing next to a lever which is half frozen into the stone wall.
Okay.
On the other battlement, you notice the same thing. Another barbarian in a side room standing next to a lever that has been pressed into the wall.
Alright, I would like to, go, sneak on top of the barbarian and, am I able to, spin webs and, like, trap them? As a spider?
Keep in mind that this is a hostile action, and they may call for help from any other nearby barbarians. At the moment,
Scout
you don't
out
know
where
they're
all
fully
of the
hostile.
barbarians are.
Alright, yeah, I'll do that instead.
And I'm invisible, so I want to be looking around.
As you
Maybe.
make your way further down the hallway, you see the flickering light of a single torch, and you can hear human grunts and moans ahead. And you see a group of 6 barbarians are struggling, pushing against the double doors, struggling to get them open.
So they're trapped.
How big are the doors?
These doors are about 40 feet tall. They
So,
are
doors for
giant
giants.
size.
And what are they made out of?
Appear to be made out of stone, from what you can see. You'll need to get closer to have a good look.
Interesting.
Alright, so...
I have an idea.
Okay,
I have an idea.
yep.
So they're pushing at the bottom of it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Nargle, do you return to the rest of the group and tell them that this is what you see?
Actually, I would like to, just perch myself, up against, like, the... Yes, Kenny?
What are you doing? Oh, you're... Never mind.
Well,
Yes, I'll perch myself up next to the door and see if I can, hear if they're saying anything.
Okay. They are pushing against the bottom of the door, trying hard to get it open and chattering amongst themselves. However, it's in a language that you do not recognize.
Oh, okay. Alright, so in that case, then, I will, go back and relay the information.
Right, you return to the party, transform back into your normal shape, and tell everybody that there is a group of 6 barbarians pressing against the door at the end of the tunnel, and 2 more hiding above the battlements in rooms with levers. Presumably, they are the ones who activated the stone block trap.
Motherfuckers.
not
Alright.
friendly.
I have an idea how to get them with a stone block trap of our own. So they're pushing at the bottom of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So if I was to sneak up invisibly and cast Reduce on the hinges, would the door,
Then the door might
fall backwards onto them?
make an investigation check, please.
I know I have notes on Ulfgar somewhere, but I can't seem to find them. I'm sure I definitely remember hearing the name somewhere before.
At the Uthgard barbarians, yes.
Yeah.
That would be a 17.
The door is also quite heavily covered in frost and icicles, which is perhaps contributing to it being so hard to open. These may be a wild card factor in your plan.
Interesting.
Are you assuming that the barbarians are hostile?
I am
I mean,
actually.
we haven't
I
actually...
asked him.
To be
I
fair-
asked.
They didn't try to
did
kill
you
us.
understand what they were saying?
Mm.
Yeah, but they tried to kill us because they obviously thought we might have been hostile. We don't know if these guys are...
Okay, so you guys aren't close enough to hear them. You'd have to get slightly closer, and you'd have to make sure you're slow and stealthy so that they aren't aware of your presence. Then you'll be able to perhaps make out what they're saying.
All right. I want. Well, invisible.
You're invisible. Yep.
So I'd
Kitty's
like to
invisible.
wander out ahead if that's all right with everybody.
Yeah, go with Kitty. Because you're both invis.
Kitty can go along.
Also,
And
because
I have thieves'
comprehend language is not
Thieves'
a
Thieves can't.
concentration spell.
Oh.
I'd like to
If they're
cast it upon
speaking in
myself as
Thieves
well.
can't, then I'll be able to
Dan
understand.
Cooper also has
Oh,
comprehend
yeah.
languages. If somebody would like to make him invisible, or perhaps he'd just like to do his own stealth check, he might be able to help.
Well, I mean, only one of us really needs to comprehend it. So
Yeah,
We'll keep Dan-
Kitty just said
Dan,
she
you're-
speaks thieves can't, so
Okay.
that might
Well,
be
thieves-
it.
You're staying with the
That's what
party, Dan, in case someone needs your silver tongue if this goes sour. Okay, Bartleby and Kitty sneak forward invisible towards the barbarians. Kitty, first of all, they are not speaking thieves' cant. You're
Oh, poo.
unable to understand what they are saying. However, Bartleby, you cast comprehend languages, and you are able to understand them perfectly.
What?
Here,
What are they speaking?
you can't tell yet.
Okay.
You hear one of them, presumably the chieftain, as he's wearing a white helm made of some beast's skull, barking at the others. Put your backs into it. Get this door open. We're not going to be able to rescue Nuri if you can't get these doors open. You hear one of the other barbarians ask, but what about those noises? What about those noises at the entrance? The chieftain says, "Don't worry. I heard the rocks fall. The entrance has been sealed. We are safe in here."
I immediately drop my invisibility and I step forward.
Oh god.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm like, hello, my name is Bartleby Sevillier. Perhaps I could be of service.
Hello, Frank Walker, National Tiles.
Rumpelstiltskin.
The chieftain
You are
and
literally
three.
a small, diminutive creature that's just appeared out of nowhere. I'm surprised you even thought this would be a good idea.
Don't worry,
Chieftain-
don't worry. I've got backup plans in case this goes south.
Okay.
The chieftain and the other barbarians stop what they're doing and they turn in your directions.
I heard you're attempting to
All of-
rescue someone. Yes.
All of them in unison reach for their axes.
I reach my hands and I go, look, unarmed. Now, I heard you're looking to rescue someone. Yes.
The chieftain looks at you and he nods and he says, "Aye, one of our own came here to plunder for treasure, but she never came back."
Well, I am here with some allies, and perhaps together we can pool our resources. See, we are adventurers, and we are here to, well, plunder's such a dirty word. I'd say liberate some riches and treasure from this place, and perhaps together we could help rescue your compatriot, get some treasure, and get everybody out here alive.
Check, please.
Sorry?
Make a persuade check, please.
Wait, check. Well,
Big money.
um, 11?
11.
Whoa.
The chieftain begins to raise his axe, and the two barbarians flanking him take a step forward, their weapons readied.
I
And he
take
says,
a step back and I'm like, I'm not here in, I'm not here in hostility.
Okay.
he says, "The Uthgarts make no alliances with civilized folk."
I'm
Sure. Sorry, yeah, I'll Kitty.
I want to have snuck around a corner to turn uninvisible.
Yep.
And I will step out. Like, Bartleby, there you are.
I've made some new friends.
I've
heard from people that are advancing me with axes.
I heard that they're in need of some assistance finding their friend.
Yes.
We're
I
very
don't
good at
think
what we do.
assistance is quite- I don't think assistance is quite what they're after, but like, let's just pretend for a moment that we're all heading in the same direction with different but complementing goals, and were that to make the achievement of both our goals easier, I see no problem with that. Yes, sir?
Oh, that
As
sounds
Kitty
brilliant.
As Kitty steps out and begins to say this, one of the barbarians, one who is wearing a shaman's headdress, points at her and says, "A devil spawn!"
Oh God.
Shit.
Ah, goddamn racism.
I'm reformed. I was raised by humans, I say.
I was gonna say, how far away are these guys?
Yeah, Angus, you can see that some of the barbarians have raised their axes and are slowly advancing upon Bartleby and Kitty.
Okay, I show a
The
little bit. I
party
want to.
to.
I want to show a little
Kitty-
bit of. What? Sorry.
What are you going to say to them, Kitty?
I want to show a little bit of cleavage, and I want to look at them
That's going to help.
pleadingly, and be like, oh, I wasn't. I'm not a devil spawn. I was raised by people.
Make a persuade check with disadvantage, please.
With what?
Make a deception check with disadvantage, please.
I'll try and step in to see if I can help.
So that's.
And while the rest of the party begins making their way forward.
Just a sec. I need to math.
Yep, so you need to roll it twice and take the
Yeah, I
lowest.
did
She
that.
just needs a math.
I need to math. All right. So what's 8 plus 7?
15.
All right, I got 15.
Still not bad.
15. One of the one of the barbarians looks at you. He looks at you making a show of your cleavage. And he says,
Sorry.
"Perhaps not devil spawn." And another one says, "If not devil spawn, an impure woman." They do not lower their axes, but they stop advancing.
I want to plead
At
for
this-
them to help us.
No.
At this point, the rest of the party approaches Harshnag, Nargle, and Dan Cooper and Milo.
I
Yeah,
turn to
obviously,
Kitty and I'm going, "Your filthy breasts aren't going to get us out of everything."
Not this time!
Obviously, hands up, weapons not drawn, because obviously we're not trying to fight here. Look,
Dan Cooper, as you approach, as a precaution, would you like to change your robe to match the barbarians' skins?
Go for it.
I was gonna say maybe we would make a good idea if like the two barbarians in the group maybe try to.
Yes, maybe the bar. Hey, yes, Nargle.
I'm a rogue.
Language.
As the party approaches, the barbarians notice Dan Cooper clad in skins identical to their own.
Oh,
The
no.
one of them, the barbarian in the shaman's headdress says that devil spawn wears the Uthgard garb. The chieftain narrows his eyes and he says, "What is the meaning of this? A devil spawn in the garb of my tribe. Explain yourself."
Why would you suggest this person is really gonna make things work?
Just
You
because the
say,
DM
Dan
suggests
Cooper.
it doesn't necessarily mean that's to be a good idea.
Shit. All right, Dan, floor's yours, I guess.
Use that silver tongue, buddy.
Persuasion check.
Alright, can I just hang back and, stand next to him and just, start patting Cujo, who's, he's still wearing the direwolf pelt, so...
And he begins to growl. Yeah, it may or may not work on these guys. Make an intimidation roll with disadvantage, please.
Shit balls.
Wait, Cujo or me?
Me.
No.
Sorry.
Cujo. And then Dan Cooper, you're going to try to persuade them to...
I rolled
Wait.
6.
That's
No,
17.
you roll... Okay, 17. Cujo growls at them as you pat his head and then you spit a bit of acid on the floor. They lock their eyes on you but make no visible reaction. Now, Dan Cooper, you can roll persuade with advantage.
Don't I have exhaustion?
Sorry, M1?
Don't I have exhaustion? So
Yes, so just normal. Just a normal persuade
right.
check, please.
It's better than disadvantage.
Five.
huh? Why not?
But you have +5 from your... Okay, what do you say to them?
We are but weary travelers. So, we
No, I
represent.
think he's asking
We
you to
represent-
explain
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you're-
I don't think saying we're weary travelers in a place like this would work.
Yeah, plus you're also, I think he's asking you to explain why you're wearing the garb of his tribe.
See, we are here to attend the the barbarian convention.
Oh my god.
This Saturday.
God, we're gonna die.
Hey,
Chased
Sarah.
Just a heads up.
We are nomad barbarians
Steve
from
coming
the
over Saturday
north.
for maybe a couple hours,
The-
maybe the night. I'm not 100% sure on that one yet.
Who's
Is
Narnia
this
and
the
whatnot.
barbarian
No,
convention?
Travis and John.
I meant
Chieftain,
Met Travis.
the
I don't think
chieftain
you met John.
narrows his eyes
Either way, all
as
good.
if you've delivered a
Yeah, I'll do it.
great insult to his face,
Sure, people.
and he says,
You have dwarves
He
coming
says-
over.
"How dare you? I am the great Womblood, and I will not suffer insults." He then barks something in his native language to the other barbarians. They raise their weapons. Roll initiative, everybody.
Yep.
I leave the room for 2 seconds and it's fucking this shit.
15.
Well, that's a nat 20.
Gale,
That's-
Renee's barking orders because I comprehend language still cast on me. Do I?
Yeah, you hear him shout,
Yeah, I'm just
"Destroy
waiting for
them!"
you, son.
Cool. In
Alright.
I
response,
feel like it wouldn't make any difference.
I suppose I'll just do it on my initiative order.
I got 18.
18. Hey,
I got 22.
And
Nice.
I got
11.
again,
got
22.
I
Could
got
be
a nat
11.
20, but-
One at a time.
Yeah, one at a time, people. One at a time.
Whatever.
Could be 11. Who got 16? That was M1.
no, I
Um,
got 5, I think.
5. Okay, plus your dex, so that's 9. What did you get, Angus?
Nat 20.
20. Okay. Looks like you're going just before Kitty.
I got 22.
Right.
Yeah, you're first. Unless they roll higher.
Yep, you're first. Combat goes.
So just to make sure I didn't miss anything, what exactly was said that they decided to full on attack?
Apparently, we're attending a barbarian
Yeah,
convention.
M1.
Yeah. Well, he failed his persuade check anyway, so it makes sense that he says something stupid to them.
It wouldn't make any difference.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the wrong people to talk this one out.
Okay. I'm adding tokens to the map.
God help us. And I'm guessing that now that they've ordered them to attack, there's nothing we could say or do to stop this.
Nope.
Nope.
It's okay,
Okay.
they're plunderers.
Yeah. So very glad that
We are in combat. Kitty, you go first. I will move you to your actual location on the map, which is right at the front with Bartleby.
Excellent. That means I don't have to run to the front.
Now you can spray them.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
This barbarian token represents 6 barbarians.
Well,
and
they're
a
gonna
war
get
chief.
sprayed.
They're gonna be fancy.
They're gonna be sprayed.
All right. I will bring up color spray so everyone in the chat can see.
What am I rolling?
Rolling. You are rolling. Are you using it as a first or second level spell, first of all?
First. I already used my second
First.
level.
Alright, 6d10 then.
Do you want me to put in?
I'm doing it.
Okay, all good.
Oop. There we go.
What did you get?
24.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
Oh, he's rolling dice.
Okay, why?
Yes.
Oh, for the
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the giant. Not the giants, the barbarians.
Yes. So what? You got 24. You see one of the barbarians clutch his eyes as if he can't see, but the rest of them appear to be unaffected.
Well, fucked.
It's the enemy's turn.
Oh,
Chieftain barks, "Destroy them!" And the shaman steps forward. She raises her staff, which begins to crackle with electricity.
No.
Wait, I have a question.
Yep.
Can I only use one action, or can I use the Hellfire thing as well?
Hellfire is not a bonus action. You have to wait till next turn.
Damn it. Alright.
Then She launches a lightning bolt into the down the tunnel into the party. Everybody make dex saves, please.
That's a 15, but I'm not excited
Remember, it's
about
a
it.
saving throw.
Yeah, 10.
And
Mine is
14.
13.
Ooh.
oh
Who
9.
decided that being diplomatic with barbarians was a good idea? Strength recognizes
12.
strength.
Shh.
Yep.
Just
Okay.
shh.
The Angus got 15. What did you get, Liam?
10.
Okay, what did Vector get?
13.
What did I get again?
Okay. Everyone except Angus takes 27 points of damage.
Oh, these
Angus
fuckers are going
takes-
down.
Angus takes 13.
Yeah, it's
Then, the group of barbarians
much
steps
was it again?
forward, and they rush.
How much damage was
towards-
it again, sorry?
26 for everyone except Angus. Angus took 13. And the 6 barbarians rush forward, striking at Kitty and Bartleby.
Attack of
The
opportunity.
Kitty is hit once. Yes, an attack of. I'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Kitty is hit once. Kitty, you take 6 points of damage. Bartleby, you are hit once, unless you'd like to do a reaction. Their attack. Oh, he's muted again. Okay, so Bartleby takes.
Sorry, hey, what was? Sorry, apologies again. What was the result of the
17.
Cool. I would like to cast shield on myself to bump my
Negate
AC
the damage.
to 20.
You negate the damage.
Well,
Okay.
I'd negate the hit itself, and my AC is 20 until next turn.
And that's an attack of opportunity from Vector against all 6 barbarians. So you may roll 6 times.
Swing for the fences.
Swinging for the fences. All right. So, roll 1.
Roll 6 in chat, and we'll see.
But I like my die. I can't betray my die.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
We respect your decision.
Don't worry, I'll type it all out so I don't forget.
I just realized something I should have been doing a while ago. My breath weapon does more damage because I'm because my
Yes,
level.
it does. Yes, it does.
That's gonna be cool once your turn.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Ooh, yep. Okay. That's a hit on all 6 of them. Roll for damage 6 times, please.
Bam, bam. Now swing and a hit. A swing and a hit.
Number 1 takes 14 points of damage.
14. Yep.
Number 2 takes 15 points of damage.
Yep.
Number 3 takes 17 points of damage.
Yep.
Number 4
I have
takes
evasion.
13 points of damage.
What's evasion do? Against 7th level, you can nearly do it.
Number 5 takes 23
Is that
points
not-
of damage.
Yep.
6 or 7?
My
Number 6
I don't know.
takes 13 points of damage.
Yours is confusing.
Yeah.
I'll just check the
A
sheet.
good attack of opportunity. And yeah, so as they lunge forward, you just go stab, 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 stab,
Okay,
stab, 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 stab. And
Yeah!
in the back ranks, you see Milo extend his extendable whip, and he gets 6 attacks of opportunity.
Oh my
6
god.
attacks, my god.
Whip away, my boy. Whip away.
And he hits 4 of them.
Yeah, it's not one you can normally punch aware of session.
Dealing 2 points of damage, dealing 5 points of damage, unfortunately.
I need to remember that.
Yep.
I failed that one anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Belmont
Attack
strikes again.
opportunity. You could just say
But
that.
also
You could
means I
just
should have
say,
gotten the one
yeah.
with the poison.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I forgot.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
attacks
I
of
wrote it
opportunity
there.
happen.
You only get 1 reaction per round.
Yeah, but it was 2. Oh, so they can only attack of opportunity against 1 person. You mean?
Dale.
All right. Well, next time we'll. Yep. Yes,
Yeah.
Liam.
Before actually wait, I can wait till my turn. Never mind.
It's because it's at this point
So refresh
the
my
2 barbarians who are up on the battlements come out. They raise their longbows and fire at Milo and Angus.
Barbarians with bows? How dare they?
Yep.
Oh,
And they miss
Does that mean
both
that they use
times.
both disadvantage?
Harshnag says, "Or not bar us access to the sacred place." He grabs a huge chunk of frost off the nearby wall and hurls it at the group of barbarians.
So nice to watch this happen to somebody else.
I know, right?
As long as he doesn't get a nat
And
one.
he nat ones.
Fuck!
God
course
damn
he
it,
does.
Kitty! It's your fault.
Of course he
Oh.
does.
I'm the one that's
Harshnag.
gonna die.
Harshnag chooses to use a legendary reaction to
Oh,
reroll
thank
that.
fuck.
And he hits and deals
Shit.
22 points of damage to the barbarians, killing 4 of them, leaving just the chieftain and the shaman left.
Chieftain probably sitting there going, well, shit. Actually, he's not. He's
Okay.
barbarian, so he's probably enjoying the fuck out of this.
Angus, your turn.
No, I thought I was before Angus.
No.
I rolled
No,
a nat
you're
20.
18.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm after you. Never mind.
Yeah. I nat 20. Well, the hell are the chief shaman looking?
Both considerably hurt.
Just say, is it worth me attacking, or I was considering just healing for this turn? I figure everyone needs heals after.
Yeah,
the,
just heal. I got
That's
this.
what I figured. Alrighty then. In that case,
That lightning
buff time.
bolt.
So, lovely prayer of healing for everyone. 2d8 plus 6. Alrighty, everybody, you get a nice fresh 20 HP back, so enjoy that.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Right.
And as a bonus action before my turn ends, I am going to throw Shield of Faith on me.
Very well. The light surges through you, shielding you from their arrows. Okay, Nargle, you're up.
Alright, now my question. I'm just reading through my breath weapon. This DC for the saving throw equals 8 plus your constitution modifier plus your proficiency. Does that mean they have to roll above my...
Means that's what they have to roll to save against it.
Is that what they have to roll above theirs or mine?
Above
Above
your
the-
DC.
Yeah.
It's you set the DC and then they have to beat it.
Oh, okay, well, I have to do some adding then.
Yes.
Alright, so just give me a second, sorry.
It's probably going to be about 16, buddy.
Yeah, it'll be about
8
6.
plus my constitution...
Do you want me to add it?
Yeah, if you can, please.
Alright,
so
so
that's 8 plus 2 plus... What's my proficiency?
3.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Oh, yep, that's it.
13.
13.
Yep, 13, okay. So first I'm going to rage. And, well, I don't have to move Bartleby out of the way. I can just step over
Oh,
him.
you could just step around him.
Yep. And yeah, for my, yeah, acid breath.
Right, roll, I will roll their...
Oh, can't hear
And they both fail their dex saves. Roll your
Yay!
damage,
Oh,
please.
that's brilliant. So what is that now? That is,
you want me to add up?
3d6.
Okay, you can do that. 3d6 plus anything?
No, just 3d6
Oh, okay.
damage.
Yeah.
Well, acid damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
6 plus 6 is 12. 14 damage.
Spit. They are both still alive, but they look like they're on death's door, and they'll now take acid damage in their turn.
Alright,
They
and...
shout something at you in their barbarian language. And that's it, that's your turn
Wait,
done.
no, I'm raging.
But you raged, that was one action, then you moved, then you breathed.
And then I still got an extra attack.
Oh yeah, because you've leveled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but... Yeah, you do, yes. You can make one attack, yes.
Yeah.
To the gates of hell.
Jesus Christ!
We may cut away to
Arcex Morn, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my god. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Alright, since I only have one action, I'll just attack with my Giant Slayer axe.
Chieftain or Shaman?
Shaman.
Alright, roll to hit, please.
5 plus 15.
15, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
Crap, I should keep this up. That's it. Oof, god damn. 3, 2, plus 2 again. 7 plus 6. 7 plus 6. What's that?
You lop off 7 plus 6 is 13. You lop off her head with your axe. It flies off and hits and bounces off the double doors. The chieftain shouts in rage, "Ah!" And as a reaction, he makes 3 attacks at you with his great axe.
Motherfucker!
He's pissed.
And he hits you, and he hits you twice.
Can't imagine why he'd be so upset about slaughtering his tribe.
You take 14 points of slashing damage from his great axe. Okay, Dan Cooper, you're up.
I feel like this could have gone better.
Well, let me
have a chieftain and 2 normal barbarians.
You know, I'd like to actually cast a spell if it's not going to go through too many people.
How about you move and cast a spell?
Yeah, each time you cast spells when we're around, it never works.
You can get the ones up on the ledge without
and you're
hitting
gonna kill me.
Yeah, get the guy on the ledge.
Oh. Well, I'm going to cast Magic Missile at him.
Alright, let's go ahead. Magic Missile, I'll bring it up in the chat so stream can see. Right. What, are you going to cast it at first, second, or third level?
I'm going to cast it at second level.
Second level, okay. I would like you to please roll 5d4.
5d4, alrighty. Oh shit. Okay, typing this thing in. 5d4s.
11 plus 5, 16 points of damage. You hit the barbarian. He shrieks in pain and stumbles at the edge of the ledge. I'll roll dex save for him, which he fails.
Bye-bye.
Falls off the ledge. Ah! 40 feet.
DC saving throw again. What was it?
Sorry.
16?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, 13.
13, that's right.
Bartleby, you're up.
Bad way to die.
Alright. Sorry, apologies, I've got a phone call. I will cast mirror image on myself, so I produce 3 extra
Bartleby's. Yep.
Yeah. No,
right. Okay. Vector, you're up.
Yay!
Go for the chief.
Fuck him up!
Okay, roll to hit the chief.
$28 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll for damage, please.
14 points of damage.
And you reach out with your lance and you impale him. He gurgles as you lift the lance up and then fling him into the wall of the tunnel, his broken body bouncing off the frost. He is dead.
Yes, I pulled an Angus.
Steel.
The final remaining barbarian sees his chieftain fall and he freaks out in fear. He goes to run, but as he runs, Harshnag swings with his great axe,
Hey, better.
splattering him against the wall.
This
That
is
is-
really awkward if and when we come and find the other person they were here to look for.
Yeah. And that is the end of combat.
And the start of looting.
I wish that could have gone differently.
Yeah, you feel,
I'm okay with
you
it.
feel as the combat ends, some of you feel that perhaps this could have gone better. Nonetheless, you may loot the barbarians. You find 8 sets of fur, 8 sets of hide armor,
Into the bag.
6
Into the bag.
8 sets of hide armor, 6 long swords, 1 great axe, and
Partridge in a pear tree.
2 long bows and the chieftain's amulet, which,
Oh.
as you pick it up, begins to exude some sort of magical influence.
So, Arcana check?
Yep.
Make an Arcana check, please.
Oh, God, that's a 6.
It's a 6.
Appears to
Yep.
be magic of some kind.
Yes,
Yes,
quite.
this is magical.
Dan Cooper will attempt to identify it.
So it seems to run some form of electricity.
Takes it and identifies it as an amulet of proof against detection.
What was that?
So what now?
Amulet of proof against detection and location. While wearing this amulet, the wearer is hidden from divination magic. It's an uncommon magic item. These barbarians did not have a lot of note on them.
And
Yeah.
what's divination magic?
That's like when
Yeah, look, it's like a location spell. So
Like
if you try,
trying to find where you are.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
it's
You are
basically-
now faced with the 40-foot door, which they were struggling to get past.
All right. First off, can we since we're blocked in either way, can we take a rest?
Yes, you can take a short rest.
I'd like to use produce flame and make a little small campfire.
Yep.
roasting s'mores.
You grab a couple of the... You grab 2 sets of the hide armor and use them as kindling for the campfire. Then you rest from your wounds from entering this dungeon. You may spend as many hit dice as you like to recover your wounds. And Bard will get these spell slots back.
3d12. Let's.
Oh, sorry, one more.
roll.
Oh, there we go.
I have an amulet of shielding and I've forgotten what it does.
Amulet of shielding. You may use that once. You may use that once per long rest to cancel damage one time.
God damn it.
Well, something tells me we'll probably need it later.
Hey, guys, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm gonna have to tap out. I gotta go deal with some work stuff.
That's
Okay,
fine,
Tom.
buddy.
Tom, you gonna be in Call of Cthulhu tomorrow night?
Maybe. Give solid maybe on that. We'll see how it go tomorrow.
Alright, I'll let you. I'll ask you tomorrow. All right. Have a good one.
Have fun.
See ya.
Have fun.
Alright, screw it. I'm gonna spend my last.
I'm gonna use 1 hit dice.
Roll.
Actually, I'll use 2.
1. I don't believe you're hurt, so you probably don't need to spend any hit dice. Oh wait, you are hurt from the lightning bolt. Would you like to spend some?
I did heal back.
Oh, yes, yeah, 20. So he's
Yeah.
down.
2d8.
He's down.
Screw it.
6 HP.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you
I'm
like
not
to
bothering.
Would you like to spend a hit dice M1 to heal that 6 HP, or do you just want to suffer on with it?
Oh, hang on. Didn't I already take 26 points of damage before?
Yeah, but I healed you.
But
back.
Angus healed you 20. M2 healed you.
Ah,
Angus helps. It's what we do.
He's a good cleric.
Yes.
My best. I have also burnt up 5 of my 7 hit dice myself back to, because obviously prairie healing only works for up to 6 people.
Yeah,
So,
I've burnt up all my hit dice.
Wait, how much?
So, what's up your rolls?
Do our hit dice,
So you roll.
whenever we
You
level
roll
up, do we get them back?
roll a 1d8 M1
Hit dice come back after a day, doesn't it?
after a long rest.
Long
After a long
rest.
rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I've still
Okay,
got.
5. There you go. You're 1 HP down, M1. I think that's
That's pretty good.
that's good.
I'm full.
You guys finish your long rest and you
Short.
dull the camp. You
Short
finish your
rest.
short rest. You dull the campfire, and immediately the cold settles in again. I'd like you all to make Constitution checks, please.
18.
18,
Ooh, that's 7.
12.
Oof. I also got 7.
Bad dice.
Okay. Okay. Anyone under 15
Damn it.
gets a level of exhaustion from the sheer cold as it once again sets in.
Does that leave somebody with 2 levels of exhaustion?
Do you add in
They,
your...
they,
We
the
had a short
warmth from the
rest.
campfire erased that, so they just got the 1 level of exhaustion. Yes, M1?
Okay.
What do you want to do, M1?
Do you add in your modifier?
Yes, you do. Might have brought you to 15.
I believe it may have actually.
Okay, so you don't have a level of exhaustion. It's just M2 and Kitty, unfortunately.
And me.
Ooh.
And yep.
I'm 1 off. Yeah, I got a level.
How long does the level of exhaustion
Yes.
run?
Until a long rest.
Until you get out of the cold.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a level.
Oh,
it's
well, never mind.
It's not exhaustion from not having rested. It's exhaustion from being in the cold.
Okay.
Like hypothermia type setting in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
great.
freezing
my
here.
armor's getting frosty.
Need more
Yeah.
coats.
Need more codes.
I flex
Dull
my
the-
muscles at the cold.
You dull the campfire, and Harshnag steps forward, and he begins to push against the double doors. He looks over his shoulder. He says, "One of you small folk want to help me?"
Yep. Right here. This
Can I-
is.
Oh.
Can I
Vector
climb in his
and-
bag?
To get warm.
Yeah, to get
No,
warm.
he's got it closed. He won't let you climb in his bag. You've got more important things to do.
Yeah.
Nargle and Vector, I'd like both of you to make athletics checks with advantage, please.
Ugh,
I have
Jesus
expertise.
Christ. 17.
Hear the cracking and melting of ice as the door slowly pushes open, allowing you to enter the room beyond. In this room, thick frost clings to every surface of this 100-foot high vaulted chamber. 7 enormous statues dominate the room. The largest of them is an 80-foot tall robed giant, his arms outstretched and his face hidden beneath a stony cowl, facing a glowing archway in the east wall. Kneeling in rows to each side of this statue are 6 smaller statues, each impressive in its own right and depicting a paragon of a type of giant: hill, stone, frost, fire, cloud, and storm. These smaller statues face the bigger one in the room's center. In their outstretched arms, 5 of the giants hold weapons, gifts for the All-Father. Only the Frost Giant statue is unarmed. Harshnag immediately steps forward and he bows at the statue and he says, "Holy Aman, the All-Father, I walk in your presence." Then bows once again and turns to you and says, "It is the statue of our founder god, the All-Father. Sacred place to all giants."
I
bow out of respect.
Same.
Yep.
Everyone takes a bow out of respect. Okay, so there are 2 things of note in this room. As you take bows of respect, Harshnag joins you and recites some sort of prayer in giant. There are two things of note in this room. There are the statues themselves, and the glowing archway at the end of the room. There are also large double doors leading north and south. What would you like to check out first?
Glowing doors. I'm enticed by the
Glowing
glowing
archway?
doors. Yeah, that's where I'm headed.
Unless he goes for the shiny things.
Shiny, shiny, shiny!
You approach the archway, you see the archway is 40 feet wide and 40 feet tall. 6 different runes are carved into it, each one inlaid with mithril, and a glowing mist fills the arch. Niches in the walls on either side of it contain empty, ice-covered sconces made of iron. On the other side of the mist, you can see the sheer rock of the mountain cliff face.
Well, that's impressive stonework, that is.
Would we by chance recognize the runes?
Do any of you speak Giant?
Bartleby does.
Bartleby does, and so does Milo.
Yeah.
Both of them step forward, and they identify the runes.
Speak
as,
friend and enter.
Yeah, they identify the runes. Each of the 6 being an identifying rune associated with a type of giant. The Eld rune for frost giants. The Uva rune for stone giants. The Stein rune for fire giants. The Is rune for storm giants. The Sky rune for cloud giants, and the Hog rune for hill giants. Harshnag watches over Bartleby and Milo as they translate the runes, and then he nods and he says, "Aye, that be correct." He points at the Eld rune and says, "And this one be the one of my clan."
Cool, bro.
Cool story, needs more dragons.
Much respect to the Rune clan, yeah.
There appears to be some sort of conundrum to solve here.
Puzzles!
There are 2 sets of double doors leading north and south, and there are also the statues themselves in the room that you may examine.
I examine the statues.
Do I need to examine anything?
I was gonna say, can I ask Harshnag why the frost giant is the only one that doesn't have
Weapon?
Anything.
Ask him that, and he frowns and he says, He points at the way the frost giant is holding his hands as if he's grasping a staff of some kind. He says, "It appears the statue is meant to hold a weapon, but it has been removed."
I put a lance in his hands.
I was gonna say, obviously.
The lance is too small to fit.
No. Wait. Cast. Crap. What is it? Make things bigger.
Make things bigger.
I was gonna say enlarge. You mean?
Yeah, enlarge. Yes.
Enlarge.
Enlarge the lance.
Right.
I was gonna say, failing that, probably somewhere in the temple is the stuff.
Bearing that, there's probably somewhere in the temple the. Now, I'm going to ask first. Bartleby can enlarge the lance. Are you sure you would like to do this?
I want to do an Arcana check.
Nope.
Yes, go ahead and roll Arcana, kitty.
Oh, God.
Let's just say, I'm pretty sure anything.
I got 8.
8. Dan Cooper, would you like to try an Arcana check?
I think the magic to know that anything that isn't what's meant to go in there is going to end badly for all of us.
What was that?
Would you like to perform an Arcana check? Because Kitty failed hers.
Yeah, let's set magic.
You can cast detect magic, and you determine that there appears to be magic binding the 6 giant statues with the runes on the archway, specifically the weapons in each giant's hand.
So let's not put the javelin in there.
Thank you.
It's called a lance.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, let's not
Thank you.
Hello.
Okay, so clearly
Kitty, I would like you to roll an investigate check, please.
9.
Right, this is what you get out of the statues. The big statue in the middle of the room depicts Amam, the All-Father. The statue's face is a mask of bare rock, bereft of facial features. To this, Harshnag says, "The giants who carved this statue do not know what the All-Father looked like and dared not misrepresent him. 6 smaller statues depict the sons of Amam, who are listed among the runes as the progenitors of the 6 giant types. Each one of them is holding a giant-sized weapon that can be removed quite easily, except for the frost giant, whose weapon is missing. Each of the statues appears to be of exquisite craftsmanship, perhaps better than the best dwarven stonework, and each one appears to be made of extremely durable material. There's a strange magical hum emanating not from the statues, but from the weapons.
Okay, then we clearly need to go and find the frost giant stuff and bring it back here to open that door.
Come on, guys, we're going on an adventure.
It's at this point that Bartleby says, just an idea that I've got here. What if we take one of those other weapons and try to touch it against the archway?
Like basically take all their weapons so that way they mock the All-Father and not have a weapon?
No.
I'll roll for Bartleby here to see if he can actually. Let's check for Bartleby. 20. Bartleby says, well, the magic binds the weapons with the runes, and you say each rune is associated with a giant type, yes? Well, what if we take one of the weapons that is here and touch it to the associated rune?
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Why not?
Bartleby's smart. I like Bartleby. I go and
Harshnag,
grab one of the rune weapons.
Okay. You head over to the fire giant and grab his large war hammer. You then walk over to the archway, and Milo directs you to the Stein rune, the rune of fire giants. Do you touch the warhammer against the rune?
Yep.
Okay. Going to put something up in the chat. As the warhammer touches the rune begins to glow ominously.
Oh.
Would like
Uncanny
everyone
dodge.
in
God.
I would like everyone in the room to make a dex save, please.
Right, Kitty wants to use Uncanny Dodge.
Yep. Kitty, you gain advantage on your dexterity check here.
I also have evasion.
Yes.
I rolled a 14.
Is it just checks or saving throws?
Just a saving throw.
Okay, so that's 15 for me.
You know what? I knew this.
25.
Okay, so I get advantage.
Yep.
So that's... So good. So what's 19 plus 7?
Way
That's
over 20.
25. That's 26. That's more than enough.
Okay, cool. And I
Hey.
take half of whatever. Oh, wait, no, I take none.
You do.
Yes, you take none.
And
Meanwhile,
what did I get
the
again?
rest.
It was in the the drink.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 17.
Okay.
I got 14.
14. Okay. Dan
This
Cooper got.
Fucking go bad. This was a shit.
Okay. Dan Cooper, you take 129
Oh!
points of damage as a swarm of meteors billow forth from the roof of the
The
chamber
9th level
down
spell. What do you
onto
think was gonna happen?
the rest of you, except for Kitty, take 60 points of damage, and Kitty, you duck underneath one of the statues and you just hide under his legs as the
Shit.
meteors crash down around you.
Well then, I'm down to 7.
I'm down to
You said
Milo-
60?
Milo, Bartleby, and Dan Cooper are all down. I will make death saves for
Jesus
Milo and
Christ.
Bartleby.
I'm gonna go cast another prayer of healing.
Milo saves. Bartleby fails. Dan Cooper fails. You're gonna do another prayer of healing, I believe.
Yeah. Get
So wait, Would my
Is that
healing
permadeath?
thing help with anything?
No, it's not. You're not dead, M1. You're just knocked
your
out.
medical kit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Kitty doesn't need healing, but
Yeah,
so
that-
myself
Pokemon
and
rules.
Yeah,
everyone,
your medical
myself
kit
and
will help.
everyone else take 18 points of health back.
No one ever
Okay.
actually dies. You just faint.
Yeah, you only die if you fail 3 death saves, and 5th edition D&D is designed so it's very hard to actually die.
Alright, and Kitty wants to use her medical kit.
Yeah, will that help with anything?
On who?
Ooh, that's 2 fails right there, buddy.
No, I just healed him. I really just did prayer of healing.
Yeah, there's no
Not
need,
knocked in
Kitty,
anymore.
because Angus did a prayer of healing.
Alright.
Milo, Bartleby, and M1 climb back to their feet.
Yeah, I was
M1,
gonna-
you have 12 HP.
I was gonna say it's a really good thing because otherwise, had you have rolled that, you would be dead.
Yep.
Then, statue of the All-Father
Heal 12,
begins
yeah?
to glow.
Yeah.
You had
And
7.
in giant barks, only of your own kind.
Oh.
Ow!
Milo is too busy Milo and Bartleby translate this. The statue has said, only of your own kind.
Which means since we have a frost giant here, we're going to need the staff of frost giant.
The warhammer that was pressed against the statue has mysteriously dematerialized and appeared once again grasped in the fire giant's
Okay,
hand.
so for what feels like the 7th time, I'm going to say we need to go and find the staff of frost giant.
Yep, you do. But first of all, Angus, I'd like you to make a perception check, please.
19.
19. You notice 2 sections of wall, I'm marking them on the map, that appear to stick out slightly.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie days.
Would you like to approach them?
Sure, why not? What else could possibly go wrong at this point?
You approach the sections of wall and you place your hand on them. Instantaneously, they slide away, revealing the walkway above the ledge from outside, meaning you can now reach the room with the lever to retract the stone slab trap.
Oh, good, we can leave.
Yes, if you need to. Who wants to go north or south?
Let's go south.
Whichever way Bartleby decides, I'm going the opposite way.
You screwed us again for the last time!
I was gonna say, I
Possibly.
might have a stick up my ass, but I know self-preservation when I hear it.
Reach the southern doors. Like the door outside, they are both 40 feet tall, made of thick stone and caked with frost. Harshnag begins to press against the door, and then he turns his head over his shoulder and he says, well,
okay,
you know what you gotta do. Right,
that is a 7.
18.
That's over 20 anyway.
Yeah.
Once again, you hear the crack of stone and ice as the 3 of you push the doors open. You enter the room beyond.
Yes. Is that a fire I see?
Yes, it is.
Yay!
The double doors lead into a room that is warm, dry, and brightly lit. The source of the light and the heat is a raging fire contained within a bowl-shaped basin in the center of the chamber. Natural gas escaping through holes in the basin feeds the fire, sustaining it indefinitely. Arranged about the fire pit are 6 tables carved out of granite with matching benches and 2 9-foot-tall stone slabs stained with blood and grease. Atop the southernmost slab are neat stacks of plates and goblets made of beaten copper, all green and black with age. The stacks of plates and goblets on the northernmost slab have been knocked over, creating a mess of desiccated, centuries-old frozen food.
Well, I guess they didn't take this place for granite.
Leaning against the southernmost slab is what looks like it weighs at least 750 pounds, a big steel great axe. Giant-sized with the rune of the Frost Giant embedded into the blade.
That was an easy adventure.
We'll mark that on the map for you, so it's where the axe is.
I'm gonna let the Frost Giant go get that.
All you have to do is cross the room to get it.
Just reach out and grab it. Nothing will happen.
Go ahead, Frost Giant. It's your axe. Go get it.
Go get it.
You're all going to cross the room.
I'm going to investigate.
I never said that.
Kitty says she's going to investigate.
Yes, Kitty. Roll an investigate check, please.
Yeah, I'm not taking one more goddamn step in any of this thing. Every time I've stepped into something, I've been hit with some fucking rocks. I'm over this shit.
First lightning, then rocks, then fire.
No, I can
Then
look.
fire rocks.
I got a 9.
Oh.
9. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything odd about this room. In fact, in the shivering cold, you'd really like to go next to... You'd really like to move closer to that fire.
Actually, I'd like to ask the idol a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Is there anything dangerous in this room that we need to be aware of?
I would have said
The idol sends back answer immediately. Yes.
Well, fuck.
Well,
Dan Cooper. Dan Cooper, would you like to do an investigate check, please?
Will do.
at least he didn't lie.
Okay, Dan Cooper, good investigate check.
Wow, the early one's actually useful.
No, this will be useful because as you peer around the room, you notice something large. You notice a large misshapen mass underneath one of the large feasting tables.
Bet you it's Hagrid.
Color of space.
B.
Very big, angry, and probably will eat us if we get closer.
Is under this table, to be exact.
So we ignore that table and walk away from it.
Yes, you can walk around the other side of the room, perhaps.
Can I draw my longbow out and just get ready to be on
sure.
the ready?
Be on the ready.
I'll be right back. I'm going to the toilet. Let me know when we accidentally...
Oh, cantrips, haven't we? We can do this.
You do have cantrips.
Oh, actually, yeah, I still have a cantrip. Okay, I'd like to
about
cast Cure Wounds on myself, thank you.
Yes, okay, go ahead. D8 plus your wisdom modifier.
6. And that's my +5 in spells, isn't it?
No, just your wisdom modifier.
Okay, so that's 8.
Can
okay,
I
8's
BS
better than
check?
nothing.
And mate, I'd like to bellow out too that whatever we see under the table, I want to bellow out with a big vicious recoil. So use, I don't know, something to at least cast a big bellowing voice and basically shout out from the top of my voice.
You're ugly.
Well, I can hear it
Okay.
directly, but
Make.
Wait.
Yep.
Wait.
You can imagine. Yes, Kitty.
Wouldn't it be better to like use my mage hand and just kind of?
Yes.
Are you
We've
sure
all
you
got
want
mage
to
hands.
just? You sure you want to alert whatever's under? Yeah, you all have mage hands except for Nargle and Angus and Vector.
When he says, "Are you sure you want to?" you never do it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Maybe
just
not
saying
then.
you could just. I'm just saying you could just sneak, like so
Like-
around
Yep.
this side of the
I'm
room.
sneaking.
Actually, I'm just gonna enter stealth.
And I'll wild shape into a spider.
Okay,
Right.
I got 28.
Alright, I'd like everyone to make a stealth check, please. Dan Cooper, you can do yours with advantage because you can see exactly where the thing is.
What about me? Because I'm a
You're a
speeder.
spider? Yep, advantage.
I've already said I'm not
24.
moving.
Ready?
Oh, 19. Thank fuck for advantage.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
Angus, you're not going to accompany the rest of the party?
Unless it goes to shit, they're more than capable of handling this.
Milo's not too skilled in stealth, so he decides to stay back with you. And I will roll for Bartleby. Roll for Bartleby. Just a moment.
Bartleby is bad luck.
Yep.
is
I vote he stays back with them.
passed his stealth check. Dan Cooper passed, and everyone passed, except for the 2 people staying back. Okay, Dan Cooper, it's okay. Back when you can be back. You slowly sneak across the room, leaving behind 2 of your number. Make your way past the feasting tables to the stone slab where the great axe is stored.
I want to check.
What do you want to check?
I want to
Made
make
across
sure
the
that if
room.
we pick up the axe, it's not going to set off a trap.
Yeah.
First, okay, you can investigate or detect magic on the axe if you like.
Nat 1.
I only got a 7 for the investigate.
The axe appears to just be resting discarded against the slab as if it was
Does anyone else
removed
have
and then
investigate?
forgotten. Dan Cooper does, and I'll roll for him.
Also,
Well, anybody can investigate.
while they're
Vector can
doing
do it.
that, I'd like to.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1. You don't want me to
Jesus
roll for
Christ.
Yes, Snarkle.
While they're doing that, I want to scurry along in my little spider form and check out that that weird
Under the
thing.
table?
No, not under the table. The
That's a pile of discarded food.
Yeah, it's just a pile of
Oh,
discarded.
okay. Never mind then. Actually, because I was shaped into a like really tiny ass spider, like pretty much a huntsman. Yeah, I would like to
What's under the table? Make a stealth check with advantage, please.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I don't have stealth. That's a 10. Oh my god!
Okay.
I'm sorry.
As you draw closer, even though you are in spider form, the thing at the table must sense some movement. It immediately unfurls.
I'm sorry.
And as you're a spider, it can't see you. A remor has speeds out from under the table and makes a beeline to the closest victims it can see, Angus and Milo.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
Gonna add Harshnag to the left here.
You know what? Fuck it. Kill me. Go ahead.
Harshnag is here. It's okay. You've got Harshnag with you. He was gonna have to try to sneak across the room. Okay, the Remor gets his action before initiative is rolled.
Am I able to do Hellish Rebuke before initiative is rolled?
What's Hellish Rebuke?
Wait.
Hellish Rebuke is a reaction to getting attacked.
Oh.
I should say getting hit by attacked.
Has multi-attack. He's gonna try to bite you twice.
I'm
Hits
sorry.
you once.
Wait, no, it doesn't. I was a 5 and 18. I have 21 because the shield of
Yeah,
faith.
but
still.
I'm adding. Yeah, but he's got a plus 11 to hit.
Oh, well then, fuck it.
So he hits you once.
Mm-hmm.
And you take. Shall roll. Take 28 points of bludgeoning damage as he bites you.
Yeah,
And you take
really.
10 points of fire damage.
No, I only
His
take half that.
fangs-
I only take
Yeah.
half of that because.
Yes, that's correct. You take 4 points of fire damage as flame surges through his fangs.
Well, outstanding. That puts me down to. Oh, look at that! 3 HP. Good luck.
Okay, everybody, initiative time.
Out of potions, burning through heal slots, and.
Oh,
3 HP,
that's 11.
And I rolled 10 for initiative.
11 for Nargle.
Oh, I forgot I had this.
What?
It would have been handy.
Instant cause and armor.
That
Oh,
is
cool.
shit.
Nat 20 there. Right, so just Vector and Angus and Kitty we're waiting on.
13.
13 for Kitty.
I'm
Right,
sorry.
Angus, what did you
I'm
get?
sorry. Oh, because you.
And right, what did Vector get?
17.
17. Okay, Dan Cooper is up first. Dan Cooper is going to dash out.
Oh my god, I keep forgetting I have Bardic Inspiration.
An inspiration die, yes.
Yeah.
And Cooper rushes forward beside the fire pit, which warms him up and gets rid of his level of exhaustion for the moment. And then Dan Cooper fires a magic missile at the Remor has. I assume this is what Dan Cooper. Dan Cooper, do you object to magic missile? Up in the chat if you can hear. Yeah, that's Angus right now. Right, yep, he's gonna do a 3rd level magic missile. Going to roll.
It's a good movie.
7d4. Deals 27 points of damage to Remor has. Is Vector's turn. You're up, Vector.
Okay, I'm way the fuck away.
Yep. I will put you on the map.
Will I even be able to make it there?
You're a dwarf, right? So I don't think you'll be able to make it there.
My base movement speed is 35.
35, so wait, let's test. 5, 10, okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 brings you near the fire pit.
Alright, so I action dash.
So you dash faster to get there in time. Ah, there you go. Now you can make your attack.
$23 to hit.
That will do it. Roll for damage.
14 points of damage.
Oh, nice hit. And you are not within 5 feet of the creature, so that is fine. Nice
Awesome.
hit. Okay, next up it is Milo's turn. Milo decides to disengage. Takes a step back, and then he lashes at the beast with his whip. And his whip fails to do anything against the Remorhaz's scaled hide. Swears in halfling. Next up, we have Bartleby. Bartleby, who is on Nargle's shoulder, decides to fire a 3rd level magic. Decides to fire a lightning bolt. First he jumps off Nargle's shoulder. Eee! Fires a lightning bolt straight at the Remorhaz. Fortunately, it's big enough that Angus won't be hit.
Oh, lucky me.
We'll roll.
Oh boy, buddy.
Wait. So Bartleby hopped off my shoulder. I'm assuming that I turned back into my.
Right, yeah, because he wasn't on your shoulder. You're still under the table. I'll bring you up on the map.
Yep.
Still in spider form. Just I realized he's off your shoulder. He ran around the side of the table and fired a lightning bolt where it wouldn't hit Angus.
Yep.
While you're here. Okay. The Remorhaz must now take damage. Remorhaz takes 13 points of electrical damage. You watch as the electricity surges through its body and it shrieks. A monster reptilian scream. Okay, it is the enemy's turn. First of all, Harshnag steps forward and he picks Angus up and pushes him out of the way.
Oh.
He says, "Let me handle this small one."
Yeah, you go right the fuck ahead. I want nothing.
And he stands on the table and swings at the Remorhaz with his great sword.
Spells before, like the locked doors.
No, I had invisibility.
Okay.
Well, that's what it is. I can change it between each long rest.
Oh, cool. Because I vote we lock those doors and take long rest here.
22 points of damage with his axe. At this point, He deals 22 points of damage with his axe, and then flames, as his axe touches the rebel flames surge from its body up Harshnag's axe.
Oh, fuck.
And onto his body, dealing to him...
Missle is a frost giant.
Dealing to him 32 points of damage.
Jesus, fuck!
Yeah, because he's
Goes,
a frost giant. Double.
Takes the flame with a certain attitude, and then he looks towards Milo and Angus, and he says, best not hit it with them. Best not hit it at close range, lads. And the Remel decides to sweep away, dashes away, getting an attack of opportunity from Vector.
That is a 23 to hit.
23 to hit. That's a hit. Roll for damage.
$15 points of damage.
Nice hit. It leaps over one of the tables and zooms across the room to where it sees Nargle, still in his spider shape.
Oh, fuck off.
You know, sweet you good.
Why is he going after Nargle again?
The cloud giant, the frost giant hit him bad enough that he wants to get away, so he's going for the nearest target, which is the small spider next to his nest.
No, I'm just confused. We're gonna run and attack the spider.
Gonna run and attack the spider, and he hits both times because the spider's armor class is quite low. Nargle, you take. Let me see.
This is probably going to knock me out.
Probably.
Take 52 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
This knocks you out of your spider shape back into your normal form.
Yep.
As a reaction, you can attack if you like.
Yay!
Just remember, you'll take fire damage from hitting.
Yeah, just remember you'll take fire damage. You've taken 52 damage from the Remel Hazard's bite.
It's okay, I'll be knocked out anyway.
How much HP have you got?
28.
Yeah, so you're knocked out. Make a... As you come out, make one reaction attack, and then you pass out.
Alright, so that's 22. No, 23.
That will hit. Roll for damage, please.
6, 12, plus 2, 14, 18 damage.
Good hit.
Then just
Remel has you cut off some of its scales, and you notice it bleeding profusely, and then you take your last breath and fall to the floor. Make a death save, please. I think it's the first time Nargle's gone down.
Yep.
Campaign.
What? Do I add anything to a death save?
D20. Just roll a D20. If it's above 10, you pass. If it's below 10, you fail.
Alright, I pass. That's a 12.
Right. Next up, it is Kitty's turn.
If you die, Nargle, just know you went down swinging.
Does it have eyes?
It does have eyes.
Cool.
But you see that it senses your location through vibrations and body temperature. It appears to be a large snake. It's a large snake. It relies on, body temperature
and whatnot.
Yeah, that's okay. I was going to do color spray.
Yeah, that's not going to do shit.
You can try. It may have enough HP that it might actually work.
Gotta fuck it up. Go for it. I'll bet you'll kill it.
Probably.
I'm in stealth, yeah.
Yes, you are still in stealth. You may sneak attack it if you wish.
Sneak attack's not going to do much to it.
May kill it. It's quite bloodied. It looks like it's taken a lot of damage. It can dish out damage. It can't really take it.
Alright. I'll do a sneak attack then.
Right, make a stealth check, please.
What'd I get?
It's 13.
Plus 10, 23.
That'll do it. Roll to hit, please.
Ooh.
What do I add to that again?
Dex.
Dex, yes.
Yeah, you, go to your weapons.
Plus your 3d6.
Yeah, go to your weapons.
It's 1d8.
Yeah, they're all plus 7, so you so yeah, that's not a hit.
Yep, so...
Wait, 5, what did I get? 3 plus 7.
Yeah.
Plus
So
7, 10. That is a hit, actually.
Oh, that is a hit, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you shot your
Low
wall now.
AC. Go ahead and roll your 1d8 and your 3d6.
Well done.
4d6.
4d6, your 1d8 and your 4d6.
1d8.
That's 4.
I've got 4 for that, and then my
3d6.
4d6,
46.
which I'll do in chat.
I can't portray my dice like that.
Nah.
Okay, so what you
So
do is you
13
sneak-
plus 4.
17.
Yeah.
Oh, and you want to know how much HP it has left?
What?
16.
Oh.
So you sneak up while it's about to devour Nargle's unconscious body, and then you poke up with your short sword, putting it through the serpent, through the underside of the serpent's head. It hisses pathetically and then dies on the end of your blade.
While it's on the end of my blade, I go, I wonder if I can get some parts from this.
Lots of snake skin, perhaps.
Maybe
That-
some teeth?
Is imbued with fire. Would you like to make a sleight of hand check to cut off parts of the snake skin for further use?
Yeah. I have to check my sleight of hand. What is it? 12.
12. Okay, you cut off a couple of scales. Not the full snake skin. You unfortunately aren't able to get enough of a foothold on it to pull it off, but you do cut off a couple of the scales and they burn your hands as you stow them into your backpack. Perhaps there will be some use for them later. So you get 1d4 Remel has scales.
So 3.
Nice. Alright, I vote, well, after someone revives me.
I'll revive you.
After this, Harshnag walks over to Nargle's unconscious form, and he pulls out his giant bottle of health potion and just pours it all over you.
Drench me!
You gain 21 health points and awaken.
But I was actually going to suggest that we barricade the doors and have a long rest.
You can do that. If there's fire in this room.
Yeah, there is.
Looks down at you as you climb to your feet, and he says, There, Nargle, you fought well. Fought as valiantly as a giant.
I give you a hug and go, I saved you. You owe me.
Then walks over, grabs the frost giant great axe, walks over to the double doors, and stands in front of them and says, Perhaps you ought to rest by the fire for a short spell.
Can we do a long rest?
Yeah, long rest. Barricade the doors.
Just saying, hope you guys aren't getting too attached to Harshnag here.
Oh no!
Whatever.
You're gonna kill my boy!
Or not. Okay, long rest, everyone. Spell slots back.
God.
Fully heal.
Thank fuck for that.
That's convenient.
Spend
By the way-
the night. Yep. Yes, Vector.
I was gonna say, Nargle, look in chat, that's you.
Yeah, getting splashed with health potion.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet! Come on, you'll be stone dead in a minute.
I'm mostly dead.
Spend a restless night by the fire. It's still freezing cold, but the fire provides just enough warmth for you to get a couple hours of sleep. There's no way to tell whether it's You have no way to tell whether it's daylight or nighttime as you're deep within the mountain, but after a few hours, Harshnag gently shakes all of you awake and says, "We'd best get on with it."
I was gonna say, you can sit there and say restless. I'm in a mountain first time in God knows how long.
But yeah, you're loving
I've
it.
been beaten half to death, man. I slept like a goddamn log.
Okay, and as you gather your stuff and walk away from the fire, I'd like you all to make Constitution saves, please, as the sheer cold once again begins to rattle your bones.
22.
17!
That's a pass.
Roll for me.
Is there anything? Oh,
Okay,
is
roll
there
for
anything else
Kitty.
in this room apart from?
That's what you get for me rolling.
No,
for
there
you,
wasn't,
isn't it?
Fair
unfortunately.
enough. Well, that
So what you're saying is I should roll for myself.
Yes, roll for yourself.
Alright, I'll roll for myself.
did so well.
Oh no.
I have
Assuming
8.
it's getting 8. Okay.
Oh wait,
everyone
no.
except
I have 6.
Yay!
Okay, everyone except Kitty and M1 has a level of exhaustion from the cold. You're still using that one level of exhaustion there. Okay, Harshnag, with his frost axe in hand, walks back out into the statue room and in front of the archway. There is still the northern part of the dungeon, but Harshnag seems to want to investigate the archway now.
Okay.
You will have a chance to investigate the northern half
It
next
seems
session.
fair. He brought us here. It only makes sense that we go along with what he's doing.
Northern half of it, which is the half that has the magic items, you can investigate next session.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fair enough.
We're gonna loot a holy place. Why not?
Yeah. So
Fair
Harshnag
enough,
steps forward and he turns to the party and he says, "So, I touch this weapon against the Ild rune. Am I right?"
Try not to die.
Please don't summon any more goddamn meteors.
You see him smile under his frost-ridden beard, and he says, maybe take cover just in case." He throws his bag on the floor and leaves it open so you can rush inside.
I stand outside the bag like a man.
He then touches the great axe to the frost giant rune. The rune begins to glow, this time in a peaceful blue light. The weapon vanishes out of Harshnag's hands and appears back in the hands of the frost giant statue. The portal begins to change. Archway changes. The mist turns into a royal of storm clouds and lightning bolts. And on the other side of the archway, you can see a vast room. Without waiting for your reaction, Harshnag steps casually through the archway. Lightning strikes and roiling clouds appearing to merely be illusionary.
Guess we're going after him?
Fuck it, I'll follow him.
We'll go in. Yep. M1, you're all fully healed now, and I'm about to end the session, so we're going to explore the second half of the dungeon next week. But you fought well in that fight. M1, I controlled you and I made you use a magic missile, and it took like about a quarter of the enemy's HP off, so that was good. And your Speak to Dead spell will come in useful in a second. You've been waiting to use that all campaign. You enter the room on the other side of the archway. Here is what you find.
Go on.
Beyond the thundering archway lies a hexagonal chamber whose walls rise 50 feet before tapering to a 90-foot high apex. Standing in each corner of the room is a life-size statue of a giant holding up a heavy iron lantern with one raised arm. Each type of giant is represented here: hill, stone, frost, fire, cloud, and storm. Cold, magical light radiates from each lantern, illuminating a giant corpse lying on the floor beneath a shroud of frost in the middle of the room. The corpse looks like it has been here for some time, preserved by the cold. Next to the body rests a giant frost-covered morning star. Arshnag looks at the corpse. He frowns and he says, a seeker of wisdom, perhaps, who ran afoul of a bad fate. Anything you guys would like to do in this room?
Well,
I bow my head.
Loot the room.
Of
Speak
course.
to Dead.
You can loot the room. There doesn't appear to be anything. So you want to loot the room, I'm presuming, and once you
He
head up
wants
to the...
to speak to the dead. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
You head over to the frozen giant corpse, which appears to be the only thing of note aside from the statues.
Can't steal a statue.
Well,
I
you
gotta
could.
take care of some YouTube stuff.
The dead giant wears a large golden breastplate. His morning star appears to be non-magical, but it has a large gem set into it that would give it some value. Both the breastplate and the morning star appear to be giant-sized.
So there's no chance of that.
You could
I can
probably,
decrease it.
Bartleby can decrease their size if you like.
Well, Kitty and Bartleby can.
Bartleby can.
Kitty and Bartleby can. Would you like either of them to shrink the items?
You know what? Knowing that it's probably linked to something really bad going on further, should we best leave it, team?
You wish to leave the items where they are?
Knowing how bad my luck is, I might just leave.
I don't know. Do you want to try talking to the Speak with Dead to see what happens?
Let's do speaking with Dead.
See a Vector. This is
All right.
See a Vector. This is the end of the session
Oh, he's
anyway.
gone
So
anyway. Bye, Papa. He's not here, but thank you for lurking in chat.
See ya, buddy.
Yep. Okay. Would you like to speak to the corpse? Also,
Why
the other
not?
thing of note in the room appears to be a large circle of runes right here. This is what Harshnag slowly begins to walk towards. Presumably this is his goal. But first you'd like to cast Speak with Dead, M1.
Yeah, let's do it.
You cast Speak with Dead, and the spectral figure of a cloud giant emerges from the corpse and hovers above it in the center of the chamber. He looks down upon you, and then...
Alright, one second, sorry, Dale. Sorry if I mispronounced this. Tales of Pesh, thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the Metal Crew.
Welcome to the Metal Crew. Cloud giant ghost hovers above his body. He looks at the party, then looks down at the corpse beneath him, and you see a look of sorrow dawn on his face, and he says, "Oh, Father, what did you do?"
Is that like you?
Then looks... Yep, this is your cue if you want to talk to him.
You get 5 questions, if I remember correctly, from this spell.
Alright. Turn around to my team. What am I asking, guys? What do you need to know?
Well,
Are you would be a good start.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, who are you and why are
Sorry, I'm
you here?
blind as shit.
He says,
Who
the
are you?
Cloud Giant frowns, and you notice at this point that Harshnag turns around to listen in. He says, "My name was Aegeron. I was the son of Blagothus. Blagothus, the Cloud Giant."
What was his name? How do you spell his name?
His name is Aegeron. Eigero. He was the son of Blagothus. Blagothus.
I moved, I have to pee.
Alright, you go pee. Liam's just going to
Name.
pee.
Yep. The name Blagothus immediately jolts your memory as you remember being told that he journeyed to the north in his cloud giant castle to seek wisdom for reasons unknown.
Oh, well.
He's relative.
He says, "I came here with my father, Blagothus, to seek wisdom, but it resulted in being murdered at my father's hand."
What a dick.
Oh. What a ballsy move.
Why did he murder him?
He says, my father came here and he used the Circle of Runes to seek to consult with Amam, the All-Father, and seek wisdom. The All-Father told my father that a dark time would come where the social order of giants would be shaken up. Then told my father that he was not destined for greatness. He told his father to turn away from his dark path, and then beseeched me to step out from my father's shadow and rise to greatness with the rest of my clan. My father was enraged and he fought, and he slew me.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Then tell me, where could we find your father?
Says my father, upon leaving, I presume he would have returned to his cloud castle and flown with it to place that he has told me of. Harnast.
Okay,
What was
slowly.
that?
I need to
Hard
spell that.
Harnast. P-A-R-N-A-S-T.
Would you like us to avenge you for you? Avenge you for him? Other way around.
He smiles. He smiles and he says, yes. If you would avenge my death, bring my father to justice. Stop him working against the giants.
We can do
to see
that.
the light, and I shall rest in peace. He then looks down at the corpse at his feet and says, you may take my armor and weapon.
There you go. How many questions? We still got like one question left,
Still
right?
got one left.
Any excuse to kill and I'll be happy.
I was gonna say something along the lines of I was thinking of asking him, what exactly is he planning on doing, and why is he turning against the giants?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Says, my father did not tell even me all of his plan, but I know some. His plan was that he felt that the giants of the Sword Coast had become complacent, and he wished to stir them out of complacency. So he made contact with the cult of the dragon. And it was his plan to work with the cult of the dragon to stir the giants out of their complacency. It was then that the Storm King went missing and the ordning was broken. My father sought to seek wisdom to find out how he could place himself at the top of the ordning, but his ties with the cult of the dragon forced the All-Father to declare him unworthy.
What does the Harshnag have to say about this?
Harshnag turns and frowns and says, the cult of the dragon. Dragons are ancestral enemies, and the cult of the dragon says, we stopped them some years ago from summoning Tiamat to the prime material plane.
Yeah,
it seems they are at it again, and furthermore, Lagothus is working against his own kind to doom not just giant kind, but the rest of the Sword Coast as well, if the cult of the dragon can achieve their goals. Then frowns and he says, it is likely the cult of the dragon are aware that giant kind are their biggest barrier, and so they have sought to shatter the ordning to throw the giants into chaos and eliminate their greatest obstacle.
We kill the father.
With this, Igaron smiles and he says, I bid you good luck, adventurers. Save my kind and save your kind from this threat that will doom us all. He then fades slowly away.
Alright guys, time to loot the room.
Bartleby decreases the size of the breastplate and the Morning Star. The Morning Star doesn't appear to be magical, but you notice it's made out of mithril.
Oh.
And this, with the ornate gems laid into its hilt, means it is very, very valuable. The armor does appear to be magical.
Identify, please.
Would you like to cast Identify?
I would, yes.
Yes. You discover that the golden breastplate has its appearance as deceived. While it appears to be made of solid gold, it merely gives off the appearance of being a solid breastplate. It is made of a material more akin to leather. It's made of a material more akin to leather. It is an armor of resistance +1.
So it's a light armor?
Yeah, light armor.
Well, it's a light armor. It's either Milo or Dan Cooper might like.
Hey, I'll give it to Milo.
Right? It brings Milo's AC up to 18.
Does it do anything?
Gives him resistance to the electric damage type.
Albert Chan, thank you so much for the subscription, buddy. That was subscription for 2 months. Woot! Thank you, Albert.
One's got his Morning Star that's quite valuable, so I believe he's happy with that. Milo takes the armor of resistance and puts it on. His armor class goes up to 18, and he now takes half damage from electric element damage.
Excellent.
We've gleaned the following from the previous conversation. You have been given the blessing to kill Blagothus, perhaps hijack his cloud castle, and avenge the murder of his son. He has traveled to a location known as Harnast, which you are all unfamiliar with, though Bartleby looks up and says, well, if we visit a place with a sizable library, I can perhaps conduct some research and find it for us.
Let me guess, the place with the Harper's just happens to have said library?
Well, but there's also other places, which you'll see shortly.
Aye.
Arshnag then turns away from you. He looks at the circle of runes and silently beckons you to join him.
Well, sure, why not? I could go for talking with the god of sorts.
Says, come, we shall seek wisdom from the All-Father. He gestures toward the runes. You notice, Angus, that these runes are written in Dwarven script.
Hey, something I can notice as well.
Yes, and Nargle also notices. It reads, ask your question and know the truth.
Oh.
Arshnag says, all we must do is stand within the circle and ask All-Father our question, and he will respond. He starts by stepping into the circle and says, All-Father, we seek your divine wisdom. So I ask you, what must be done to restore the order amongst the giants? For this, a booming voice emanates throughout the room. Find a magic conch of the Storm King Hecaton. Use it to visit the Storm King's court. Root out the evil therein.
Okay, this is going to take forever. You're going to have to type this up for me later so I can write it down. I'm writing all that out now.
Arshnag says, very well, we know what to search for. Then asks, where can we find the Storm King's conch? Voice booms out again. First, you must prove yourself. When human barbarians marched alongside dragons thousands of years ago in these lands, they fought our kind and stole our relics, burying them in the ground. The Uthgard built altars to Uthgar, their god king, atop our giant relics, and surrounded their altars with burial mounds. Go to these mounds, retrieve one or more of our lost relics, and bring them here as tribute. Do this, and your path will be made clear there are many paths you can take. The more relics you deliver, the more paths you will have to choose from. Several paths are before you. Need only take one of them, but which one that is remains to be seen. Arshnag frowns and says, it is the way of our god, wishing to test the mettle of his people. Says, very well. Says, we will seek one of these artifacts and bring it back and find out where this conch can be found. He then takes a step back out of the circle and holds out his hands and says, small folk, the floor is yours.
This is. So often you get a god to answer your questions.
Alright. What caused
ask-
the war against dragons and giants?
War from thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Mom's voice booms. Dragons and giants. Before the small folk both sought to claim the Forgotten Realms as their own. God of dragons and myself waging a war of wits. War between the father of giants and the mother of dragons.
Fucking Daenerys.
Alright, thanks M1, see you next week.
Bye M1!
Bye.
M1, you're gonna be in Call of Cthulhu tomorrow night? Right, sweet. We'll see you about 8:30 tomorrow night.
Oh, I
for
could
Call
have
of
just answered
Cthulhu
you.
then.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hopefully be in tomorrow. Absolutely.
You can use your journalist who's researching the disappearing journalists. If he survives, he can go into the next campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clark Kempf, I think I named him. M1, have a good day.
That's not
And don't worry,
at all.
M2, I'm gonna add this all to the quest log.
Enjoy,
Alright,
man.
enjoy. What other questions would you like to ask?
More. What can he tell us about the Ashendod?
Ashendod, an ancient colossus used in the war against dragons, capable of defeating dragons and rending their settlements beneath its flames. Duke Zolto of the Fire Giants seeks to reconstruct this and bring his clan to the top of the Ordning through sheer might. This Milo asks, what is Chieftain Guz plan at Grudhog of the Hill Giants? The booming voice states, Guz plan is one of sheer stupidity. She seeks to be on top of the Ordning by being the biggest in size, and so she gathers food by raiding across the realm with the aim to engorge herself to a colossal size.
Yep, that is stupid.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to ask?
Nothing I can think of.
I have no missions or alignments.
Bartleby says, I have a question if I may. Then speaks up and says, What's going on with the Storm Giants exactly?
Yeah.
The voice says, the Storm Giant Court is in chaos due to the disappearance of King Hecaton. Very well then, where is King Hecaton? I cannot define his location. How can we find King Hecaton? Must speak to Sarissa, his youngest daughter, who rules in his stead. She has a clue to her father's whereabouts, and she needs your help. I see. One more, if you may. He then, without waiting for a response, he says, what fate befell Hecaton? Voice booms. He was misled by his eldest daughters, Miran and Nim, who covet his throne.
Goody.
I see. Says, okay then, well, are Miram and Nim working alone? No. They're pawns of a much greater evil named Imrith, an ancient blue dragon. in the guise of an advisor of the Storm Giant Court. And where is this, Imrith? Maelstrom within the Storm Giant Court.
Oh, God.
Does he know, like, everything?
He's the god of giants. He's a god. He knows everything.
Yeah, he's a god. If he doesn't know something, I'd be concerned.
Just won't tell you how to get to the Storm Giants until you've proven yourself.
Alright,
He'll tell you anything else you need to know.
What does he know about, like, the Kraken?
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, the Kraken Society.
Yeah.
He says, the Kraken and his underlings league with Imrith and the daughters of the Storm King. They were paid a large sum to subdue and capture King Hecaton whilst he was out at sea entreating with merfolk.
Fucking Murlocs.
Well then. So that's connected.
They currently hold him, though his location is clouded.
Could this possibly get any more goddamn convoluted?
But wait, there's more!
To this, the voice says, there are many players and many pawns. You need only follow the path you are given, and you will unravel it all.
Never forget who you are.
Any last questions you would like?
No, after the Kraken one, that's me spent.
This, you step out of the circle. Harshnag is sitting down on the floor, scrawling on a large sheet of paper. Beckons you over to look at it.
Yes, that is paper.
This is what you see. I'll post it in the chat so you can see what it is.
Alright, give me a...
Harshnag places the paper on the floor before him and unfurls it, and you see that he has spent all the time while you were conferring with Allfather drawing a hand-drawn map of the Northern Sword Coast. Says these artifacts that Allfather wishes for us to find, and the Uthgard burial mounds where they are buried. I know the locations of these places. I have drawn this map and marked them. It says, need only pick one. So, if you would like more paths, you may visit as many or as few of them as you wish. He says, he points to the topmost X and says, we are here in the spine of the world. The nearest mound to us is the Great Worm Cavern. I suspect this one has already been liberated by Blagothus and his son, which leaves all of the other burial mounds marked on the map with an X. Is this point, Angus, that one in particular catches your attention. In the middle of the map on the left, you notice Morga's Mound, but next to that, you notice the city of Gauntlgrim. As a dwarf, and Nargle as well, as a dwarf, you've heard many tales of the great dwarven citadel of Gauntlgrim, the greatest dwarven city in the land, ruled by the king of all dwarves, Brunor Battlehammer. Perhaps the fact that Gauntlgrim is in such close proximity to Morga's Mound is more than throwing you a boon. This dwarven city will allow you to confer with the king of dwarves, conduct research in the library, and will grant you access to dwarven forges.
What was that about stealing gold?
Or you can select any of the other mounds.
Yeah, no.
I think we've made a decision.
A dissection.
We made an executive decision.
This is legitimately the best thing that happened to me in this entire freaking episode today.
Yeah, let's throw Angus a bone here.
Nargle and Angus jump at the chance to be able to visit Gauntle Grim.
Me too,
on
but
the
silently
way
because I'm thinking about theft.
Yeah, on the way to Morga's Mound. You jump at the chance because there's going to be so many dwarven made weapons and armor and other trinkets there. And M2, Dan Cooper, Bartleby, and Milo. Well, Bartleby just wants a library, and Milo and Dan Cooper, well, they're outvoted, so... it appears you've selected... You look up at Harshnag and you say, aye, well, in that case, we'll be going to Morga's Mound, so we may confer with King Brunner Battlehammer. Whilst we're there, Harshnag looks at the map and says, yes, Morga's Mound, and then a few days to the south of that, the Great Dwarven Citadel, Gauntle Grim. Good choice. Folds up the map, and he hands it to you. You almost struggle under the weight. The map is about the size of a bed sheet. And he says, keep my map to guide your way. I shall wait here and confer with the All-Father while you retrieve the dwarven art, while you retrieve the giant artifact and blaze trails on the path ahead. He then closes his eyes as if deep in meditation, and with your destination in mind, you bid him farewell and head back through the archway into the statue chamber of the Eye of All-Father. And that ends today's session.
Yay.
We made it!
I got stuff.
I nearly died more than once.
Oh, you poor baby.
I will circle Morga's Mound on the map and upload it in the quest log section, so you can see which place you decided to pick. And then at the beginning of next week's session, I will recap most of the salient details that you obtained from All-Father, and I'll update the quest log at some point during the week with the important parts of that information.
All good.
And yeah, I had to go a bit longer than today, but I wanted to get the All-Father part dealt with.
Yeah, of course. Archie, I'm feeding you in a second. Shut up.
You can explore the second half of the dungeon next week before you set out on your way to Morga's Mound.
What's that
Like
stuff?
If they're just
More
coming
stuff.
out, just Dwarven throwing hammer in this place, I would be more than happy because they would just well.
I will say that there may very well be a Dwarven thrower there.
Alright, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to end the stream.
Sure.
Alright, everyone, thank you so much for joining again today for some more D&D. It's been an eventful one. M2 almost died. I almost died. Everyone almost died.
I saved everybody.
You did save everyone. But my god, when we got crushed, the over 100 damage to M2. Thank god it was bludgeoning damage, so it was halved for me. So thank god for that. Be sure to join in tomorrow for the final episode of the campaign for Call of Cthulhu, where odds are the Dale will be gunning to kill us all, so it will probably be the end of Tom Selleck, Magic PI. But what?
Tom Selleck, Magic PI.
Oh, he is a PI and he's got spells now, so he's a Magic PI. Crap, no, I forgot what I was saying. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yep, I've completely gone now. Yes, Dale will most likely be gunning to kill us all, but we will be introduced to M2's Cajun Skelly Pete character, so that should be finally a lot of fun. But thank you, everyone. Thank you to all the new followers, and a big thank you to Albert for the 2-month subscription. Until then, my folks, if you haven't already, hit that like and follow button, and come join me on the Discord if you want to stay up to date whenever I'm streaming, or if you just want to come hang and chill. But until then, I will see you guys next time.